welcome one and all to the final Clobby's Comic Shop of 2024. Nice to see you all here early and right away and ready to party, might I add you. Thank you, guys. I see a lot of faces as well. Let's acknowledge those faces. What's up, Joe Dog? Nick the Greek. How's it going, Nick the Greek? Madhouse Retro Gaming. Hey, look at our Dolph Lundgren members. Always come out huge. They're always coming out huge. There's Stephen M. Kellel. 5 picoseconds. I ain't sent you the link, buddy. So if you can come on tonight, you know what to do, man. By Crom. How's it going? And look at that. Kendon B celebrates 15 months of membership. Congratulations to you, sir. Steve Mitchum. My guy, Steve Mitchum. How's it going, Steve? Thank you, gentlemen, for being here early right away. Oh, yeah. The dudes are piling up backstage. You gotta love it. The dudes are coming. It's gonna be a great time. So we'll have our usual suspects. And on top of having usual suspect, a lot of the guys you have seen on here, let's just say frequently, they're gonna be coming on here, whether it's for a little bit, most of the show, whatever. But Dave C's been here 3 times. He'll be back tonight. Bud Martin's gonna be back tonight. Maybe we'll have 5 picoseconds. And Andrew, of course, of the Rippaverse, will be joining us a little bit for a reunion tonight, too. It's going to be good. So I can't wait. And it's going to be good because, I got some cooler shit to show off. We'll talk about some of the shit we may have gotten for, good old geeky, nerdy goodness we got for Christmas, what to look forward to in the year. It's going to be great. It's going to be diabolically huge. And, well, oh, look at that. I see an Emblazoned 64. How's it going, Emblazoned? Yes, I know you can, Madhouse. I know you can. Maybe one of these days, maybe. And of course, guys, we are also on Rumble as well. We are dual streaming. So let me put that Rumble link in the chat so that way you can dual stream, or you can hang out exclusively there. Your call. It's always good to have options in life. You don't want to be short on the options. But we'll do it since we got a lot of dudes. We'll bring in 2 dudes at a time. We'll start off with some of our usual suspects, and one of them's making a whole lot of noise. Hi, Fenrir.
Merry Christmas, boys and girls. Feliz Navidad. Durka durka da, bing bong jong, whatever the hell you say, but I will not say happy holidays.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. Just living the year as you normally do. Realizing slowlier and slowlier the year's ending, and somehow Paris Hilton is still somehow a person with power and money.
I forgot she was alive, but
yeah, most do.
It happens, But I guess that says more about me, if we're gonna be very fair and honest with each other, because I've always tended to think that I'm a bit of a caveman, and I'm fine, man. I'm fine with being a caveman. I can see that I am one, so that I ain't gonna do anything about changing my cavemanness.
No one will. I'm just pissed off she has money. I mean, what does she do? Seriously, what does she do to have money?
I don't know. What do you think, Pablo?
Howdy ho! Hey, I recently watched the episode on South Park with Paris Hilton. Her, I need to keep it clean because we just started on YouTube. But her match with Mr. Slave. That's the only thing that I actually appreciate about Paris Hilton existing. So, yep. It was great. It was a great episode. South Park is so goddamn great, man.
Yeah, it truly was a masterpiece.
Dude, good to see you, Pablo. Good to see you. Oh, good.
Feliz Navidad, hermano. How you been?
It has been a complicated time. Miles Morales got an infection on his bladder. So, because the whole situation, I had to lower the quality of the food. The food came with a lot of extra salts, and that built crystals on his bladder. And that ended with a wound, an infection. So he was bleeding heavily. I was really worried about him, but at the moment he is way better. He is starting to run around, to move a lot. The only issue is giving him the medicine. He has to take human antibiotics because it's cheaper than dog antibiotics. But to give a dog pills, the only effective way is that you have to jam them on his throat. And this is the-
Sometimes I mix when it was for my dog. I used to mix a little bit of cheese and then feed it to him.
yeah,
Hey, dudes,
people
keep
do
in
that
mind
a
we,
lot.
we got we got we got a bunch of our dudes backstage, so just
Yeah,
keep that in
uh,
mind.
yeah. This is just advice to any dog owner. The only effective way to make a dog actually eat the pill and just drop it anywhere and hide it is
Mhm.
jam it down the throat. That's it. And he's doing way better. Peter Parker is actually really happy about Miles Morales playing with him more, and
Mhm.
that's good because Peter Parker actually got really depressed about it. But anyway, it has been hard, but things are getting better, and I'm actually relieved. So
About
that's
damn
it.
time. It's about
Yeah.
damn freaking time, bro. It's about damn time. I'm happy to hear though,
Also,
Pablo. Seriously,
watch the
long
Sonic
overdue.
movie.
You've had some episodes.
Yeah, watch the Sonic movie. Fucking great.
Oh, I can't
Fucking
wait to
great.
watch it.
No
Okay,
spoilers, dude.
I
No
haven't seen it.
spoilers.
I'm seeing
I haven't seen it either.
good. I'm seeing Nosferatu tomorrow. That's good to be a conversation for another time. But we'll talk about it on our group chat. All right.
Okay.
What's up, a Dig Outlaw? I saw Jonathan Conroy. I saw Vulcan lives. How's it going, Vulcan? All right,
One thing I do
opinion?
want to know though that you can spoil. Does
I
she
don't
show
know.
up?
Maria? Yeah.
No,
she's
you
in the
know who
trailer.
I'm talking about. No, not Maria.
Oh, Boobalicious. No, she's not on the movie.
Hi, Common.
Trap.
Hi, what's going on, guys? How's
How
everybody
you doing, dude?
I thought we'd have a generational moment like freaking.
Yeah,
They
no,
are trying for the next movie to get Boobalicious, so
Oh, so
The
We're gonna
whole
be talking
generation of
comics.
little boys are gonna be destroyed.
we're gonna do that. I promise. How's it going?
Oh, hey,
Sucker
Common,
Man?
how you doing? Happy Merry Christmas, brother.
right? What's going on, guys? Yeah, busy. Back at the grind yesterday and today, but yeah, had enjoyed Christmas. You know, hanging out with the family and making breakfast and doing all the fun things that you do with as many kids as I've got. So yeah, it was a good time. Had lots of fun. In-laws, tacos, all that good stuff. Got a bunch of new
God, it
tools.
must be hell to make breakfast in a place. I mean,
Not
you
really.
have a lot of people to cook for.
I have chickens. That's the reason why I have chickens. I have more than enough. I literally will scramble like fucking 14 eggs in my giant cast iron skillet. And
I thought you were busy with the axe.
yeah, dude,
You
it was
have
fucking
chickens, you have an axe, you have breakfast.
great. Man, I don't need an axe. I just need chickens, and then I just go collect the eggs, and then I got breakfast. I kill them. They keep producing eggs. The fuck?
That's true. We're a productive bunch. But
Yes,
Common,
they are.
What about bacon?
I don't know, but we're not gonna worry about bacon right now because we got more dudes to bring in, and some are on
No
a time
bacon?
limit. So
Yeah, some of them are on a
Nick,
time.
are
limit, so
you?
here we go. Come on.
What's up, Neil? How you doing? Let's bring in Mr. D Bud, and let's bring in Mr. Dave. How's it going, gentlemen?
What's up?
Hail.
What's going on, man?
Good
End
to
of the
see
year,
you
Friday
fellas
night.
here. Hell yeah.
Yep,
How's you
yep.
guys? I know, Debo, you said before show your Chris is okay. Dave, how's yours?
I just chilled, man. I didn't travel. So long that I never traveled. I'm kind of getting over the fact that I can actually go do things and stuff now for holidays. I guess I'm not used to it yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just traveling, being in the car, and all that stuff is just something I never used to do because it was such a pain, you know, being up north. But yeah, I just chilled and had fun.
Nice. Well, it's good to see you both. It's good to have a bunch of reoccurring faces on tonight. It's the end of the year special. It's the usual suspects with dudes who come back on here a lot somehow, which is crazy. And one of them is the guy at the very top, right up above D-Bud, Mr. Andu, full of it. Well, not as many NDAs now. So you're slightly you've trimmed down a few percentage points on the NDA.
I lost a couple of pounds this evening. Okay?
Yeah, you lost
just
a couple
just
pounds today.
However, and I want to put emphasis on this, y'all still don't know everything. In fact, y'all don't know half of everything. There's still a lot more to come.
How dare you? I believe my calendar's pretty big.
It's gonna come.
Neil,
It's gonna come.
dude, yeah, no, we'll definitely get into it. We'll definitely have the guys go around, and we'll definitely have our quick tidbits on our favorites. That's for sure. And I'm definitely curious because I know some of us have kept up with a good amount of it, some of us only a few, but still, I think even if it's a few, that still counts for something. And then some guys are on the manga side of things, like Pablo. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be diabolical.
I at least know more than the current president, Joe Biden. And if you know more than him, that at least has to say more.
Dude, everybody knows more than a potato.
Okay, so you can pick your own wife out of a crowd of 3 people. Good job.
We'll start off with actually, you know what?
Hey, he got to be president somehow.
He did.
He's got to count for something.
So Fenrir, what was your favorite book of the year in 2024? You get to be the first one to kick it off. What was
my favorite book of the year?
American, Japan, French, indie, mainstream. You get the point. What was the book that was saying, I need this more, and I need more and more?
Okay. Mine was Rogue Sun by Nick Potter. Pretty good read.
Okay. Rogue Sun.
The last issue just came out.
For that? Who's the publisher for that?
It's Image,
Image. Okay. I've not read it, but go on.
So the final issue for the current.
Elaborate for us.
Okay, you ever heard about the Massive versus this new thing going on, the Image Image Comics? They're trying to create this new form of universe. It's like, you ever seen Invincible before it got crap? It's kind of like that. It's written by Ryan Potter. It follows this kid, Dylan Siegel, and his adventures as superheroes. His old father, the previous Rogue Sun, died and passed him the legacy, and he tries to survive. Look, I'm trying to figure out a way to speak crap without trying to make a lot of spoilers, because this is a good story, and I really recommend. And it's like the only, it's like the last comic book in the long time that's actually spoken to me. It might be because I have a lot of daddy issues myself I do not want to touch on.
Nobody else wants to touch your daddy either.
Ah!
Man,
that was good.
the point is, it has good writing. It has good writing, good character, good action. It actually feels like a comic book of old school, and that's a rare sensation we have in these times.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that I want to point out, I've read a lot of the stuff from this Massive verse with Brent Potter and a lot of it. Not gonna lie, most of it sucks. Rogue Sun's really the only good thing they make.
Okay, well, hey, that means you got
that and Cowl.
And Cowl? Cowl, you said COWL?
Yes, Cowl.
Okay.
It's also pretty good read.
Oh, nice. Okay. Cowl, hot dog, dude. I like that. Thank you, Fenrir. That's what I like to hear. Common. I know you live, Common?
Yes.
What was the book that stood out to you, or two, if you want to put out two?
Does it have to be something that released this year?
Whatever you want.
This year. Okay. So because like I said, this is one of those things where I don't get I generally only read things a lot of time outside of reading a few of the things that we get hooked on here, and I continue to read them. Most of the time I just read stuff for this show. Mm-hmm. And honestly, when we did Solomon Kane back in October, like I had never got to
read the Devil.
Yeah, I had never got to read any of his stuff before. That was absolutely incredible. Like I immediately read I can't remember what the thing I read was afterwards, but it was something that came like right afterwards. After that, and I read the whole thing like that night, like when we were done with the show, because I enjoyed it so much. I just loved that character. It's it was new to me. And so I absolutely loved that. That was really well done. That was an incredible character to be introduced to. I mean, Solomon Kane, the idea of like the hero for once, like going out there and smashing monsters and telling a woman to fuck off, harlot, like get away from me, twat.
Get away from me, you Jezebel.
Badass.
Yeah.
A Puritan that's badass.
Right.
Usually those two terms are not like tied to each other, but this case they are.
Yeah, and it's like okay, if this was the witch hunters we had during like the burning times and during like all the Salem shows, like you probably would have got behind him. You know what I mean? Like this has been pretty cool, But so yeah, I really enjoyed that. I absolutely loved that. That was great. As far as like regular books, I'm a Warhammer 4. I've been on a Warhammer 40K kick for quite a while now. If anybody wants a good introduction to those, the Caiaphas Cain novels are absolutely great. They're a guy you can relate to. He's just a soldier with this very unique position that gives you a great landscape of the entire universe. They're great. You can get them on Audible. They're wonderful reads. The guys that do them on the Audible books are absolutely incredible. The voice acting's wonderful. There are a lot of good times and all that kind of stuff. And I actually bought my first manga this year too, which was Black Clover, which I really enjoyed. I really like Black Clover.
Great start. Got pretty mid, going halfway through. So get ready for that, brother.
I was gonna say, you've seen the anime.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
I've seen all.
And I'm still reading the manga.
Yeah, there you go. See, and I've watched all the anime, and that's.
And I hate myself so damn much.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Either way, I really enjoyed the beginning of that. So I've had a few good things this year. We've had some good stuff that we've read, and obviously a lot of the stuff we've read on this show has been absolutely great too. And then obviously, if you want to go new stuff, the new Transformers stuff is just absolutely on fire. And I'm sure somebody else is going to say that, but I thought that was just too obvious of a dip. But yeah, the new Transformers stuff is just absolutely on fire. So it's incredible.
Okay.
Right. Oh, and if you just started Warhammer, I recommend this new stuff that just started gotten out. It's called Space King, bro. You're gonna freaking love it. Hilarious as hell.
All right, I'll have to check it out, Wolfie. Appreciate it.
Pablo, I know you usually come from the manga side. What was your big read this year, whether it was new or old?
Oh, I gotta go with Huck.
Huck? Oh, from Mark Miller.
Oh, that's right.
Dude,
that was a fun episode. Huck
it was awesome.
I forgot about Huck. Yeah.
There's something about that kind of real superhero, real hero stories that I love. And Huck was so pure, so innocent, so exactly what I needed at the moment, that it just left that impression on me. Obviously, I'm reading One Piece. One Piece is going great. I have been reading Dan that is actually really good, but nothing compares this year to when I read Hawk. It was absolutely incredible. The quality of the story, the quality of the page is a really compact story, full of heart. The bits of drama are actually really intense, especially with Hawk's mother and obviously the not real brother. I'm avoiding spoilers. Read it.
No, it's good that you're avoiding it.
Amazing.
If you like a good story that takes the Superman trope and probably make it even more country, make it even more suburban, and the guy feels like he definitely has a little bit of a Richard Donner feel to it. Raphael Albuquerque did art on it. It was a 6-issue miniseries that came out 10 years ago, and hopefully Mark will finally have that sequel lined up. Hopefully next year. I'm not banking on it. But apparently he did say he's got the same artist on it. So that's a good sign that,
I'm worried about
that.
Why are you worried about
it? I don't know. It ended perfectly. The final page is basically absolute perfection because you get that grin, that smile that tells you, yeah, there's more to come. But you don't need to see that. You are at the end of the journey, and that's it. That's absolutely it. So if we get more, they can only make him into more of a superhero and not this good guy, this Boy Scout, for lack of a better term, that I don't want to lose. I don't want any darkness around. I don't want any of that. And that smile, that's the only thing that you need.
I hope he doesn't lose that. If it's any consolation, and I think Fenrir can vouch for me on this, he is really good with his sequels for stories. One of them this year he did is a sequel for his series called Nightclub, which is basically like the Spider-Man, like vampire kids and luchador masks. Nightclub 2 is just as
basically
good,
teenage vampire superheroes,
if not better than Volume 1. So if the characters still feel like the characters. They're still youthful. They're just even in more danger now, more than ever. We won't
exactly. And even though some of them do some ridiculous moves, you can understand where it comes from an emotional place, because they're still young, even though now they're vampires for life. You can actually get it, so it makes sense.
Oh,
And you really want the antagonist to die. You just really, really want it. Miller is just good at that.
so Madhouse Retro is now a Rumble member. Holy crap! I have a Rumble member. That's my first. Congratulations, Madhouse.
Wow.
I feel like you deserve a clip for that one. I mean, I think he should get the Dolph Lundgren one for that one. I mean, that warrants a Dolph Lundgren.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
Hey, a rumbling member? That's something that you have to enjoy.
Yeah. Thank you, Madhouse, for becoming the first ever Rumble member, sir. All right, Pablo. I'll transition over to D-Bud. I know D-Bud, I think he was just a Conan guy, but if that was it, what stuck out about Conan?
Yeah, you knew it. You knew I was going to say Conan.
I knew you were going to say
right.
Conan. I was just
What
looking
is
it up.
that translated to D-Bud about Conan this year? What was it that was like, this is it? This is great.
Just the writing, the art, it's right on par with the old Roy Thomas, John Buscema work. It's a great read. The one I really like they did a redo of the Frost Giant's Daughter this year.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah, and
Really
it
good.
expanded on the original one that Barry Windsor Smith had done. And I really liked how they added much more to that story than the first.
And they did at the end too, which I liked. They didn't have to run it through while the story's going on. It was just like, hold up, there's more to the story, and then you see at the end, like, oh, okay, it's really powerful. It was really unusually powerful.
And then of course, the King Kull Conan crossover story, that was great stuff.
Really good.
It's just I'm back in the 70s reading those books. So, and I like my old books, so that's what I just love that series so far. It's right there with the old stuff.
Are you ready to be reading Spider-Man in a few weeks?
Yes.
Yeah, my man. That's what I like to hear. No, I'm happy. We're a year and a half in. Conan's great. Roy Thomas is going to be doing a story for Savage Sword, issue 7. And De La Torre is going to be doing the interiors for his story. So that's a dream team combination there. Yeah. So I'm looking
Can't wait for that.
We miss him too, Elagablis. Welcome back, buddy. We miss him too. Trust me. We talk about him all the time here, and we still will. So that ain't gonna change. That ain't gonna change. Such a good dude.
He's always with us.
Andrew. Hi. What? I know you've
Hello
with a good amount of newer stuff. I know you and I kind of talked a little briefly about it on Access stuff you were liking, but what were a book or two that really stuck out to you from this year?
So there are a few standouts for me this year, actually, in terms of the mainstream, and I'm going to be the black sheep here and actually name some big 2 books. Probably the less controversial one would be Ultimate Spider-Man over at Marvel. Has been a phenomenal book, and I think a great case against Nick Lowe and just about everybody over at Spider-Man editorial who claimed that Peter needs to constantly basically be a teenager and basically always be down on his luck and experiencing the same freaking issues ad nauseum forever instead of allowing the character to evolve and grow and just have different problems instead. I don't know, like real life works.
Dude, he was so fucking talking down to that fan that wrote in. I was so fucking.
He does that to everybody. If you look,
give the guy a real job.
If you look at the letters pages to just about any issue of Amazing Spider-Man, he does that every single issue. He is an absolute prick and a prat. Screw that guy. He can sit and spin on rusty rebar. That being said, Ultimate Spider-Man has been incredible, and I'm somebody who. I'm traditionally very critical of Jonathan Hickman as a writer. I think he's a good writer. However, when he's not kept in check, if he doesn't have a bit of a leash on him, when he's allowed to go full Hickman, you end up with something that's just like too crazy. It's too much. And it's like somebody trying to explain rocket science and FTL theory to people who are just interested in a fun superhero story. And
That was
thankfully,
my concern with him doing
thankfully,
that book.
Ultimate
He goes too deep
Spider-Man
into
is
things. That's what you're trying to say,
anything-
right?
Ultimate Spider-Man is anything but that. It has been consistent. It has been super strong. The action points have been great. However, he has done something that I consider a masterclass in character tension. He's had now 2 issues that have been 0 action and just character work. But when you're reading the issue, you're on the edge of your seat reading it because there's such good character work and tension between the characters that are talking in the panel. And you're like, you come away after you close that book, you slap it back into your bag and board, and you put it into your short box. You're like, I feel like I just read an event that was like high octane because it was that just like tense. That is good character work. The book has been phenomenal. The other one, this is the one that's going to raise some eyebrows.
Let's hear it.
And it raised my own eyebrows. And trust me, every single week, those of you who follow me on Twitter and on YouTube and know my comic book podcast they do every Thursday night, Foil Variant over on YouTube. Nick, you were in the chat the other night, which I appreciate you, brother. We do reviews of a handful of the books that we read, whether we liked them, whether we hated them, or whether we were kind of like, we'll be honest with you, whether or not we actually thought they were good or not, regardless of who wrote them. And on that note, my top 2 book for 2024 was Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone.
No.
You heretic!
I kid you not. And literally, if you go back, and I challenge anybody in the chat who's questioning my integrity here, go back and watch every single episode of Foil Variant over on YouTube. Any month that there was a drop for Uncanny X-Men, me and my buddy Spencer were like, all right, is the shoe going to drop this week? This is Gail, right? And it just doesn't happen. For whatever reason, she actually understands those characters. Now, Gail is not somebody who has earned a lot of leeway and trust in the industry. I would go so far as to say she's earned the opposite. For good reason. However, for whatever reason, she's
in the brown water.
She decided to just write a good comic book about characters she understands. 2 of my favorite characters in X-Men continuity and lore are Rogue and Gambit. They're very special characters to me. And she understands not just them as individuals, but them as a legitimate, strong power couple. Not like one being, over the other. Not Rogue being superior to Gambit or vice versa. Just them being a powerful couple.
Kids, don't
In
do
a way
those.
that I have not seen in like 2 decades as an X-Men fan. And I'm just like, what is happening right now? And it's going to continue being that way until it finally, whatever it does, that shoe actually drops. And it's like, all right, there's classic Gale. There it is. We just don't have it yet. And we're now 8-9 issues in. And I'm just like,
The weirdest thing
I
is,
don't know what to tell people. And this is something that is super important to me. I believe in
You like it,
intellectual
you like it.
honesty. Well, I believe in intellectual honesty, and so no matter who it is that's creating something, whether it's somebody who you ordinarily would like and praise, but they put out something that was a stinker, or it's somebody who you normally would crap on and they put out something that was of legitimate quality, I believe that it is important to remain intellectually honest in that and to praise that which is worthy of it, even if it's like, I don't like this person, but they did write a good book. Right? Or I usually like this person, but this was not a good book. I think it's important to be able to intellectually multitask and do both. And she managed to do that.
Well, it's not. Here's the thing. I'm gonna sound like I'm defending her, but the truth is, when she's on a leash, she can write. She's not incompetent. She just when she is off her leash. That's when her books go very Gail Simone. But if you look at a lot of the great episodes from the Justice League cartoon, she was a writer on a lot of those episodes. And during when DC was doing really well in the 2000s, she shows you she can write characters as characters. once again, it depends who is, I guess you could say overseeing her books, editorial and whatnot. But when she goes full Gail Simone, when that's where, you see her become what you see on Twitter. So it's one of those things where she can. But if you're someone who only knows her, or even in some cases, because everything, information, flies so frequently now, all you remember is Gail Simone on Twitter, because that's what we have been kind of conditioned to seeing in the last 10 years for the most part from her. I could see why that surprised me, but obviously my memory is good. I can remember once upon a time there was moments of clarity there. And it seems like there is a sliver of that coming back. Whether it maintains...
Whether she maintains that or not is, for me, neither here nor there at the moment. Right now, what matters is that she's writing a good X-Men book with my favorite characters in it, because she's got Rogue, she's got Gambit, and she's got Kurt. She's got Nightcrawler, who's my favorite. He's top 2 X-Men for me. It's him and Emma.
Nightcrawler.
Him and Emma, and then Rogue and Gambit.
Oh, what a shock on Emma.
That's my top. That's top 4. Fifth is harder to nail down, but top 4 is easily those. My third book that I would say I've actually definitely enjoyed this week, not just this week, but this year, has been the relaunch of Witchblade.
Gasser really likes that one. Go on. That's
which
good.
has
He'll love
been
to hear that.
It's been really great so far. I've got the J. Scott Campbell signed foil variant right here that I always show off on our foil variant podcast stream. I've been a Witchblade fan since probably before I should have been reading Witchblade. But that being said, I'm familiar with the character. I'm familiar with the lore, and so I understand when something is actually being faithful to the character and to kind of the setting, and when something isn't. What was it, a handful of years ago when they did that Image Rebirth era relaunch they tried doing? Witchblade then was not good. However, this one, the writer actually understands the character, and it's more or less like she's taking the characters and the core of those characters that I grew up with back in the 90s and early 2000s, and just transplanting them into a modern day setting. Not modern day as we usually criticize, just like in the literal sense, calendar year type of a thing.
Yes.
And that makes me very happy, because I'm normally a capes person. I like superheroes. Those are the bulk of the books that I read.
Quick question there, Nick. Quick question for Andrew. Is that the Witchblade from back in Michael Turner days, or is this a new one? Are we still talking Michael Turner?
The one that just relaunched is not Michael Turner.
Yeah,
because he passed away in 2008, unfortunately, from leukemia. However, it has the same spirit that the book did back then, which no other run of Witchblade, and I've read through all of them since his run, has done so.
Cool.
So it's the most faithful to the character in the franchise since that original 50 issues, even though he was only part of the first 25.
And I don't know much about it. I just know a little bit. I know a little bit about Michael Turner, especially all his covers that he had done. Yeah. Amazing amount of stuff. I'm kind of a fan.
Worth a read. Worth a read, I would say. If you're into more of a dark kind of supernatural type book, it is worth a read. It's gritty, it's violent, but it's pretty freaking cool.
And that's a fact right there. Deers pointed out about it, but yeah, she is a character who had her own show, even though it's not talked about. It's kind of memory hold. That's true, and it was from an Image book. That's a huge deal. A lot of people have either don't know or outright forgotten, or somehow, some cases maybe even ignored. Yeah. It is amazing how significant Witchblade was, and it is nice to see eyes on that book again. That's good. I'm glad to hear that, Andrew. I love.
They're actually relaunching Darkness soon too. I think it's in January or February. They're relaunching Darkness in the same new continuity, which I'm pretty excited for.
All right, killer. Excellent. Well, thank you, Andrew.
Of course.
We'll do Dave 5 and I. And that we'll talk a little bit about the Rip Reveal before we have to let Andrew go, because I know he's on limited time. So, Dave, what was a book that stood out to you this year? New or old?
To be honest, for me, I just laid back and watched most of all of you. Just met you, Andrew, and Pico, and Common Nerd just maybe last year. Things I missed out on, I'll start with, is probably the Conan. I could really kick myself in the ass for not picking that up last year. That's just pure laziness.
Come
and just
on.
really just watching a lot of people like you guys and back then Clobby as well, right? So I didn't really feel the need to. I really wanted to pick that one up, and then also when Ironcaster and you guys were bringing up Transformers, but then I really went and I read the Flash, so that's my Flash Gordon. I like that one. What stood out to me, it was not an origin story. You know, it kicked off.
That's right. The Jeremy Adams.
Yeah,
Flash
the
Gordon
Jeremy
going on,
Adams.
right? Dude, it's been so freaking good.
Yeah, the Mad Cave
crap.
Studios.
I now believe in the
Is that the Jeremy Adams and Will Conrad one?
Yes,
Yes.
it is good.
Yes.
It
Will
is
Conrad
so
is
Yeah,
as him being I work alongside Will Conrad over the Rippaverse. His work is
He's
yeah,
good.
yeah. And so I dove in following these guys. I said, screw it, I'll start getting in a couple of these. And I started off with Space Ghost, one of my old time favorites, especially from the cartoons. Being as old as I am, I think D-Bud and I are probably oldest here. So
I was watching Space Ghost when it was first run. So
yeah. Back when, and you guys probably remember Cartoon Planet and stuff like that. But I dove in the Flash Gordon basically because of Nick and these other guys on Friday nights, and I love it. I mean, there's always something you can nitpick on, right? But the reading is, I just like the dialogue. It reminds me of Old Black Panther. It's simple, but it covers everything, and it has that old school comic book tone where they say certain things about the action that's actually happening. Oh, I'm going to shoot you. They talk trash to each other, the bad guys, and the good guys talk trash. And it kind of reminded me of that old Black Panther run where, the dialogue wasn't, overly verbose and just trying to do too much. You don't see a shitload of balloons covering a lot of art. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. I liked it, especially because it wasn't an origin story like the Space Ghost. I had read that the 2005, that miniseries, and it had a good origin story. I read the first one of that.
They better not mess that one up, Subhuman. They better not.
I won't say too much. The art is a lot different, but most people say, I don't know art, but I know what I like.
That's fair.
It goes all the way across. It's the best way you can say it. I didn't like some of the art in the first Space Ghost compared to the Flash Gordon.
Okay.
But it's not to say that it's not good. For me, some of it wasn't good, but later in that issue, it got really good. It kind of surprised me. But both of them are just full of action, man. And the Flash Gordon, and spoiler alert, he's got the old, kind of like an old uniform that he steals off. Well, I don't want to say too much, but he's got the old sword. I will say that. You're going to like that kind of stuff. And I only went through the first 4, so.
Flash Gordon is being what it's supposed to be, a space opera. It's fun.
Yes.
You have a great lead character. You got a great story that involves the villain as well. Will Conrad's art is killing it as well. Seriously, he really is a great fit for a story. And I don't know how he's juggling it between 2 books, but hey, here we are. He's making it happen.
They're doing Defenders of the Earth as well, right?
Well, Mad Cave, the publisher, is juggling 2 books. But I'm talking Will Conrad himself, he's juggling 2 books because for Andrew's
sorry,
well.
Mad Cave is
but you are right there with that because they had the Defenders of the Earth book and soon to be launching a Phantom book. But no, it's good to know that Jeremy Adams. I now see the hype with Jeremy. I've heard a lot about him for a few years now.
He's a super consistently strong writer.
I can see why people like him.
He doesn't put out subpar stuff.
Yeah,
I
can
guess see why.
And because Ironcaster with somebody, I'm going to throw out Transformers. And I think was it Destro? Was it Destro Iron or G.I. Joe?
Destro, G.I.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you almost got me on that one. I kind of want to go back. But the one thing I'm looking forward to, I guess, that's really got my interest is a relaunch of Heavy Metal magazine.
Ooh.
I'm kind of just kind of want to see if they're going to be up to par for it. You know what I mean? There's a relaunch coming out. I think they're doing a Kickstarter. Not simping for them, but it's just I think that's what they're trying to do right now. Nick, I think I brought it up to you guys before. I can't remember.
I actually have a stack of heavy metals right here.
Oh, dude, there you go.
There it is, man. I was there when
awesome,
he
dude.
spent
Those
money
things,
on #1. I'll just say he spent money.
That's what Robin Williams had that on his comic saver at my store.
Yeah, they've really been pushing for artists I think they're really gonna make sure that they pick decent shit. You know what I mean? Because I can tell that they've been. I don't know if they're doing like contests or just throwing it out there. Send in your stuff. Send in your stuff. This could be your thing. We're gonna use it, and I like what I've seen. They're doing different styles. You know, so that if you don't like one, you're gonna see a bunch of stuff you do like. Mm-hmm. But other than that, other than Conan and Transformers, man, I think that's pretty much it for me. I haven't read enough to say I don't like anything badly enough. Like the Gail Simone thing, I couldn't say much about it because I do remember her from the animated stuff.
Well, she was good
Justice
at.
League.
She
Justice
was
League,
good.
Yeah. But as far as the comics, I couldn't tell you any more than what these guys have said over the last couple of years. So I'm very honest.
I couldn't
Nick
give her
knows
any
me.
praise outside of Uncanny X-Men for the last couple of decades.
Yeah, Ironcaster, these guys know me. I won't talk stuff that I don't know about, unless I've kind of run across it. So that's about it for me, really. So other people can come in.
All right. Well, really quickly, hello 5, hello Ironcaster. Good to see you, gentlemen. It's the last show of the year. Cheers. So really quickly, 5. What were the it books for you this year? I wanted to take up to 2.
Obviously, Conan and One Piece are going to be up there. I mean, I don't really need to say more than that.
That's fine. That's fair.
I mean, I'm gonna throw out the Atlantean too.
Let's embiggen. I'm gonna embiggen you really quickly. Hey, Davina Duckworth.
Oh, you got the Atlantean.
Dude, it's good.
Nick,
it's
I know
good.
Nick.
It's really well done.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah, the Atlantean is really good. I love it. And
you know
Russ's
what? It showed up on time, which is something you can say about.
Woo! Dude, but let's get real though. Russ's art looks good. It doesn't look rushed. It looks really it looks brutal. It looks and I love how Randy Zimmerman really gives a great character distinction of Colt. You know his mannerisms, his attitude. Because it's like, okay, yeah, he looks like Conan, but he is a very different.
He's a very different character.
Very different, and I love it.
I was going to ask you guys about that. I'm glad you said that.
Oh, they nail it.
Bring up nail it. What are you thinking about that? And obviously, you nailed it already. So,
did you see who they got a co-writer joining them for issue 2 of the Atlantean? Charles something. How's that guy's name? You show up your copy. It says at the end who the co-writer is with Randy Zimmerman.
I gotta undo it.
All right, undo it. All right.
I want to see those heavy.
Go while I'm undoing this.
I'll let Caster
unstrap the buckles.
I'll let Caster go. Caster, what were your big books? I'm sure one of them I know it is, but tell us what were the books for you this year?
Well, I think I'm gonna take a slight different approach for it for this, and I want to really give a shout out to Mad Cave Comics. They've really blown up on my radar over the course of this year, because up until this year I hadn't really been familiar with them, and now I'm starting to look over my pull list. I'm seeing some continuous stuff that's coming out. I've got what do we got?
Keep talking. Charles Santino will be writing with Randy Zimmerman for issue 2. But all right, thank you, 5. Go ahead, Caster.
Well, really, like I was saying, Mad Cave Comics is really standing out to me. One of the big things that's really been taking my attention as of late has been the Gotcha Man series that they've been putting out. That's It feels like an ongoing team book that that's just always kind of been there, that I've always sort of maybe haven't fully picked up on, or I just kind of picked up. It feels like I'm just in the middle of the ongoing adventures of Team Gotcha Man as they, fight with the, Ninja Science Task Force to, defeat Galactor. And with their output, they've got they had an ongoing series for the villains, much like Skybound had done with Cobra and Destro. Some of the individual heroes have little standalone issues. They've got a decent little output going on with this. And I suppose one other thing I will probably give some, tentative praise to as well is I didn't use Sonic. I just started reading that after the movie, and those early couple of issues, so far, I'm in for it. It feels like we're kind of right in the middle of all the adventures we've had with the games, and I see it right there.
I've got all 4 collected hardcovers that they've released thus far. I actually have been reading the Sonic comics since the 4-issue miniseries that Archie did before it became an ongoing. So I have issues 0 through 3 of their books, and I did jump into the IDW relaunch of the books back in, was that 2018, 2019 when they did that, and they got the license because Archie had lost it because they were dumb. So I will say that those books are nothing mind-blowingly amazing, but they're genuinely fun. They're actually good.
And at the end of the day, that's what comics need to be. They just need they don't have to have amazing books every single week. For all the like out there adjectives we throw under these books, like tales to astonish and amazing adventures and all this. It's like it just has to be a good, enjoyable book. And so far with the IDW Sonic, from the 8 or so issues I've read, that's where I'm at.
Nice. Hell yeah, man.
And I guess, by the way, to plug it, over on Humble Bundle, there's currently a Sonic bundle going on for like $13 for like 40 issues.
Yep.
Great little way to get it.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's true. Over on Humble Bundle right now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I would encourage people to check that out.
Well, there's a Mobius bundle. Hold on. I gotta see. What this is.
Mobius bundle.
Yes.
What?
Also,
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
I want to get that
Trade.
classic cover. I'm going to get that
Issue-
retro
That's
cover.
why I got it, was because of the classic looking cover. Yeah. This looks
Dude.
like it has issues 1 through 5 or 1 through 6, but I can't wait to read it.
Oh, dude. Nice.
and by the way, this is one of the most continuously best ongoing books, just from covers alone. Like I was
gonna say, I think Skynet's trying to take over your feed. But
yeah,
go
you
ahead
read
with
that one bad.
All right, hold on. He's gonna try something, and
Froze.
then he can show off his space ghostness.
There you go.
All right, hold on. Give him if you want to come back in. I'll go over my books, and then you can finish off your Space Ghost endorsement, because you know Space Ghost book better than I do. So if you
Was
want,
that any better?
I can hear you. You're not moving better, but I can hear you. Go ahead, speak more.
Let's see, how do I sound
you-
now?
You sound clear, but your movement's still off.
I have no idea why.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
get off of that Salvation Army free fly, man.
Ah!
Sometimes if you turn your camera off, your audio will get better.
Yeah, I just back out, come back
Less,
in.
less
That'll be
bandwidth.
Set the
We'll see if it
restart.
does any better.
Just like all routers.
That's a rude way to call somebody ugly, man. Like, don't do that.
Ah!
Yeah, maybe a face
I
for
just
radio.
call it like I see it.
Be nice to Ironcast. That's a good-looking
I'm
man.
never nice to Ironcaster. I love abusing him. He asks me for more of it, so it's just the way this relationship.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Nope,
All right.
kink shame us.
Well,
See?
well,
Exactly.
he sorts his malfunction, his wardrobe malfunction. I will because some books have been listed, I'm gonna not list some of my ones. As far as a great indie book, I'm gonna do 3, and I'll be really quick with them.
Oh, you better
A
have one.
great
I've
indie
got
book,
mine.
Dean Cain, All American Lawman from Gabe El
Gabe El
Taib,
Taib, yeah.
was absolutely fucking awesome. Everyone should be reading that straight up. It is fun. It is heartfelt. It is a roller coaster ride. It moves fast, even though it's over 100+ pages. And it balances out a lot. It juggles a lot. It juggles out a little bit of a semi-love story. Juggles out a kidnapping. Juggles out Chris Tanaka's own personal stuff he's got going on. It juggles a lot, but it is so damn good. And you don't realize it before you know it, you're done reading. It's like an hour, 10 minutes passed by. But man, Dean Cain, All American Lawman, I absolutely was just like, bro, holy shit! Like, I can't wait for what Volume 2 is gonna be. Like, it looks like it's gonna go into even like bigger global territory, which I'm like, bro. And I could tell Gabe, he does his show with Jericho Green. That definitely rubbed off into this series because the amount of Jean-Claude Van Damme, Schwarzenegger, Stallone, Charles Bronson movies really bled over into the characterization, into the dialogue. It's basically an 80s action hero story, but with a lot more heart than your average 80s action hero. story. It is really damn good. I stress people, everyone should be reading that. It is so damn good. And volume 2 needs to come out, like straight up. Like, I think it's supposed to come out late next year because I know he's got his sci-fi book. He's got Empyrean Earth Illuminated, which I'll wait patiently. I'll probably check that out too. But Dean Cain, All American Lawman, should be read straight up by everyone. It's so bloody damn good. As far as other books, the R2, I saw was quick. That was kind of elaborate. The other one, Saturday Morning Adventures TMNT. Holy fantastic ride. It's interesting that even though the 80s TMNT cartoon is probably the one that I got put in front of first, it's not my favorite cartoon, even though I love it and I have great nostalgia for it. But the comic on it, Saturday Morning Adventures, is a joy. And they nail all the 90s like lingo of the time too. And it's very break the third wall, self-aware. And the comic also has really good fun story as it goes along too. Like it does have a story that matters and continues to go on, things develop. It's so much fun. And it's so cartoony and ridiculous. Lots of hijinks as well, almost Scooby-Doo like. And it's definitely got the most Michelangelo turned to 11 with all his ridiculousness, which for me is fine because that's my favorite character. If Michelangelo's gonna be Michelangelo, they gotta turn him to Spinal Tap 11 with it. What's up, Gary Ambrosia? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Gary.
Yeah, Gary. I met him in Dallas at the meetup. What a dude. What a freaking dude. Yeah, Cowabunga to freaking Gary Ambrosia, man. Saturday Morning Adventures TMNT. It's 20 issues in. They even had a Halloween special that was really good as well. They even had an April O'Neil special that was good too. I was like, holy crap, this thing freaking works. And since I know Conan and Transformers were taken, and Flash Gordon, I won't overstep those territories of being said twice, but from the Ghost Machine universe, I'm not going to say Rook Exodus because that's too obvious, but I love the shit out of Redcoat from Jeff Johns and Brian Hitch. I love that Simon Pierre is a Redcoat. He's basically like a Booster Gold personality, but set in the historic time.
Now I know why you like it.
Oh, I know, right?
I know.
Anyone who knows me
You
and
say
my
Booster Gold, I know
history
Nick
with
likes
Booster
it.
Gold. He's very obnoxious like Booster Gold. Brian Hitch is killing it on the art too. Holy crap, is he killing it? I love what he did on Hawkman a few years back. I love what he did on the Ultimates way farther back. Oh man, it's such a fun book. He has a story with Albert Einstein, and it goes into all this crazy madness that involves other historical figures, and it involves the magic and the supernatural. And as ridiculous as it all is, I freaking buy it. And I think Redcoat number 8 started today, which is the start of a new arc, but Redcoat is awesome. Seriously, it is such a fun time. They're a little bit lengthier reads too, which is what I like. They are lengthier reads. Trying to send a super chat. Usually, Gary, not that I'm saying to do it anyways, but if you really want to, when my phone doesn't let me, I shut my phone off and then turn back on, then it lets me do it. But otherwise, you're welcome to just keep on listening, bud. But that's how it's happened for me. Yeah, Redcoat should be read. Saturday Morning Adventures TMNT. And freaking Dean Cain, All American Lawman. And yes, if that was a show, bro, I think my brain would explode. I straight up, I would straight up explode. So those are my picks. And Caster's still not back. So you know what? Well, we have him because we only got, I think, for like a half hour. Andrew, homie, dude.
Anything
What
interesting
a big announcement today that you had.
Oh, did we do something?
Yeah, you did a few things, I think. I mean, I think it happened. I certainly don't think I dreamed about it a few hours ago. Okay. I think you can answer this. How far back have you known about all this? Like how many months? How many years?
All these projects?
Yeah, that it was gonna be this many, like coming at us at this.
I mean, as far as like knowing how far back we were going to be announcing all of these, know, together, that was actually only, within the last maybe month or so. But as far as knowing that these projects were a thing and working on these projects in terms of like editing scripts, approving pages, in terms of pencils and things like that, looking over colors, like that's been going on for a minute. So that's not news to me at all. And I've just been like the whole team really has been sitting back here like, all right, when do we get to let them know? When do we get to tell people? When do we get to show it off? When do we get to show people that this is what we got coming down the pipeline, right? Because it's exciting. Like the whole Andy Andrew bit is fun. That came about organically from the fans, and I just decided to lean into it, and it's a ton of fun. And I'm gonna stick to it because I know how to stick to a bit. But that being said,
not the only thing doesn't know how to stick to.
But that being said, screw you, Common. You and your gay hat and glasses.
You can't pull it off. That's what it is.
I mean, look who's always stroking his chin more. Right.
He's got the do. Go on.
But I genuinely love that moment where we get to reveal something to the fans and see the reaction, and going into that knowing like this is something they've been asking for. I know they're going to be jazzed about it. I can't wait to see their actual live reactions. So when we were premiering the Rip Reveal showcase video earlier this evening, and seeing the chat all of a sudden just explode when we showcased Norfolka, Great War of Separation, ISOM 3, Alpha Core 2, and all the other books, like that it's incredibly validating as somebody who's part of the creative team. It's something that's very humbling as well, because as an indie publisher, we really live or die by the fans. Like if we're giving the fans what they want and they're happy with what we give them, we'll continue to be successful and we get to make more books, and then we get to keep trying again. Every single success means we get to try again. It means we get to give another shot at earning our fans' dollar, earning our fans' time, the time that it takes to go through a 90-plus page graphic novel, right? That's another opportunity to show ourselves worthy of fan respect because we're showing the fans respect. Mm-hmm. In the same vein, like if we weren't doing that, we would die by the fans, right? Like we're independent. We don't have the backing of some mega corporation. So if we put out a bunch of stinkers in a row and nobody in the fan base likes them, or a very small fraction of them does, we're screwed, right? So we have to be very flexible and agile and pivot in terms of like listening to what the fans are saying with both their mouths, their reviews, their critiques, as well as with their wallets, right? Like if they're excited about something and all of a sudden Horseman does over $800,000, which we did not expect, that was nothing close to what we were either expecting nor needing for that book to do, and yet it did that, and we're like, oh, okay, so they want more Horsemen. Okay, hey Chuck, you got more Horsemen in you? Yeah, I got.
You probably already
okay.
hit 9.
Can you start writing more Horsemen, please?
It's like, what are you talking about? I already got 3 scripts done. Like, where?
No, you joke. You joke, but
I don't. I'm not joking. I've seen the man talk on streams. He's a fucking machine, dude.
Chuck Dixon, man, this man just. The thing is, he doesn't need to work.
No.
The man gets royalties off of his stuff that he was writing at DC back in the 90s. He doesn't need to be doing any of this. He just loves what he's doing. Yeah. And so he's just like, hey,
I'll be back.
I got an idea. Here's the idea. You want the idea? We look at the idea. Yeah, we want the idea. Cool. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. That's Chuck Dixon. That's what you do when Chuck Dixon offers you an idea, basically, if you have any 2 cents about you. And Chuck Dixon and Joe Bennett both are just absolute machines. Like, you could, I'm not going to put too fine a point on it, but there are people who will claim that, in order to put out a book of quality in terms of both story and art, and it be detailed art, you need to take a really long time to do it. Joe Bennett, I'm sorry, he didn't get that memo, because currently he is working on multiple books at once. He's juggling multiple projects, one right after the other, or simultaneously. Chuck does the same thing with scripts. And it's like, that's a matter of discipline. Like, if you are somebody who takes your job seriously, you're going to actually take it seriously in terms of the level of work ethic that you show in that. And those guys, this is the beauty. Anybody that's ever been a part of a sports team will understand this concept. The longer that you operate with a team, the same team, the more you get to know each other, the more intimately you get to understand each other's inner workings, and so you know how to work with each other better and better and better each game, each time, each book, in this case of Chuck and Joe. And every single project that they've done now, it's like they understand each other better and better with each project, and it's just so cool to watch. Like, Alpha Core 1 was awesome. And then they did Horseman, Welcome to Flores Park, which is fantastic and a lot of people's favorite book of the Rippaverse right now. And then they did Zaylan, which is, pun intended, out of this world. And then after that, Horseman #1, so the ongoing, so no longer the one shot, because Welcome to Flores Park was the one shot to test the waters. Like, okay, are people like actually about this guy, or are they kind of like, maybe he should just kind of like show up in other people's books? Clearly, people wanted more Horseman, right? Horseman #1 is so much better even than Welcome to Flores Park. And then I'm pretty certain right now, Alpha Core #2 is my favorite book.
Okay,
It is
so
so
you have
good.
A favorite. So you do have a favorite. Okay, cool.
Awesome. It's hard to like say 100%, but I'm pretty sure it is. That book is so good. That book reminds me why I have been such a Chuck Dixon mega fan since I was a little kid.
Hell yeah.
It is so good.
Dude,
So yeah, we announced a whole bunch of stuff, and it's a blessing to see how excited the fans are for it.
Dude, I'm excited that you guys announced an Africa book, because I've been excited about that since the first freaking.
Since I saw one.
Yes. First,
Damn
I
long,
see
you
one in
know.
the freaking Dakumon cards back there and giving all their backstory on all those guys. I'm like, finally, yay! So yes,
Dude,
Here's
here's the thing.
I love all the mythical powers and the gods, and that's right up. That's the stuff I grew up on. As
It's
a kid.
it's a numbers game, man. Y'all got to bully Eric. Y'all
Oh,
just
yeah.
got to bully him and bully him hard and bully him long enough, because it worked. We got Salvage really quick. Salvage Lethal Force. Like,
Looking
people
forward to that.
responded so strongly to Ripazine #1's short story with the Salvage PI. And thank you for that, by the way, because the Ripazine is very special and close to my heart, because I was a big fan of Wizard growing up. And so it was kind of meant to be in that same vein.
I like when I look at the opening, the title on the cover where it names the title. It looks like that title from like when you look at the opening credits of like an old noir movie, with the lettering. And I was like, oh, it looks like an old detective movie. Sweet, they're really going on, and having Bart Sears on the book is great too, because now I remember Bart Sears from like 3 decades ago. So it's good to see Bart Sears is on the book, and the dude still got it, which is obvious. And I can't wait to see how that story's going to go, because he's never really talked on streams, whether he was talking about culture war stuff or politics or comics. He never really got to comment about his fascination with detective stuff. But then I saw how he wrote detective story in the Ripazine. I'm like, this feels like something that kind of works to his strengths. And I'm like, and now I'm glad we're getting more of that. I know it's a one shot, but I'm still happy that we're at least getting that. And I guess it's a side we didn't know he had in him.
It's a side I didn't know he had in him. Eric will even tell you, like, after reading, so before we launched Ripazine #1, I read the script because I was the editor on the one shot, on the short story rather, and I read it, and I remember going in and being like, Eric, I've been watching Eric since like 2016 or 2015. I don't remember him ever talking really about detective type stuff, aside from like his praise for Tynion's Detective Comics.
That's about
back
it,
with
yeah.
Rebirth, but that was it. He never like leaned necessarily into either like the noir or, your super gritty like crime drama type stuff. So I was like, can Eric write a like detective story? And then I read it and I messaged Eric as soon as I finished. I was like, what the hell, dude? You can write a detective story? Because I just didn't know. Because he had never like actually publicly verbalized that. And I was like,
no,
cool. Because that's something unique.
Yeah, no, it is. And you have to really have a well-versed place of knowledge to write a story like that. Because, you have to think of clues, mysteries, give suspense, and how you do that stuff while not coming off too obvious, while also not being too out of the blue. because sometimes if you go too far with a twist, it might be like, oh, hold on, that doesn't really line up. So that's a tricky genre to tackle. It's a very tricky genre. So I can't wait to see how he tackles that. I'm happy. And really quickly, Subhuman A4 asks, where's the Ira statue?
The Ira statue, made in partnership with McFarlane Toys, by the way, is I believe that's Q1 is when that starts shipping. If I remember correctly, it's Q1 to Q2, something like it's on the website, something like that.
You heard the man.
Yeah, it's early this coming year.
Okay. Well, I'll let some of the gentlemen who've read some of these books. Did you guys catch the veal earlier at Caster or Common or 5? Did you catch it?
No, I was unaware of it.
Oh, dude,
Well, I was in the chat with you,
really
remember?
cool. Oh yeah, we were talking. You and I.
Yeah.
You and I were talking.
My favorite part was hearing that we actually did meme Norfolk into existence, which is kind of great.
That's the one book I think I'm most excited for.
Same,
as I'm kind of looking over it
of
now. I remember when we were all sitting here doing our initial kind of thoughts on the book, how we were all just kind of Norfrika.
Exactly.
Norfolk. And here we are. Now we're finally getting the book. And for all for as excited as I was back then, now I have to put my money where my mouth is and support it.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
You better support that shit, Caster. All right.
Y'all said you wanted Norfolka. I'm the jackass that kept posting from the official account saying nobody actually wants Norfolka, right? Like y'all are full of it. That was on a whim. Any of you that are on X and saw the poll that was put out on the official Rippaverse account, like I don't know, like 3 weeks or a month ago, that was like, does anybody actually want Norfolka as a book? That was me on a whim at In-N-Out Burger having lunch on a Saturday for my Saturday ritual and being like, I'm going to mess with everybody right now. And just putting that out there, and everybody was voting. Yes, we want Norfolka. What kind of a stupid question is this?
In the works and it was on the play.
I've got one suggestion for the Ripazine. And no matter what issue it happens, but you guys need to have an official pizza, and it needs to not have anchovies in it.
Clams.
We need a pigeon mini.
Well, it wouldn't have anchovies and it wouldn't have pineapple.
Okay, hey, you will find too. I'll be
pineapple.
extra
Clams.
Sure,
No
we can do that too.
Come on.
But we need to have.
It would have neither of those.
Whether it's a pizzeria or a recipe, because I do see you have recipes, which I do want to make one day. But I think a pizza or pizzeria, because I know he talked about doing a collection of like Indian Universe like companies, and I thought, no, that'd be a good collection to do one day. But man, I want to know what's the official pizzeria. Well, I need to know what is the Flores Park style pizza. I think someone needs to get that idea going. We need to know what it, because Detroit has the rising crust with the sauce on top. Milwaukee has the paper thin. So square crust. Milwaukee has the paper thin. Chicago's got the tavern. New York's got the big old flop. So, and then of course, Connecticut's got the New Haven style. So we need to know what is the Flores Park style pizza. Maybe you get to be the decider of that, Andrew.
I'm gonna be now.
Barbecue.
Oh, he is now.
I am now.
All right, good. Now you gotta follow through with this.
Maybe it'll be cereal marshmallows.
You are tempting and making a bet with the wrong individual, sir.
I'm not asking you. I'm telling you.
I think that's the right individual, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Andrew, it's such a shame that you can write into the lore that pineapple on pizza was outlawed in Texas in the Rippaverse.
Dude.
Yeah, no, that happened when we kicked all the commies out.
Oh!
That's why Texas seceded. It all makes sense.
Yeah.
I think
we could not condone this communistic horse crap that you're all trying to push on us with your pineapple on pizza.
You have unrefined palates like the swine of the lower levels.
Swine is too generous.
We all joke about this, but like, Common Nerd, you're gonna get the next set of Rippa cards. You're gonna find out in the back of one of them is the history of the pizza.
I like that. With the hold on, why?
I'm literally writing notes about this as we speak. I just want you to know that.
No, you better. Like I said, I want you to get this pizza thing. What's up, Pojo? How you doing, buddy? Can't wait for Mythicals 3.
That's right.
Yeah, Pojo. I can't wait. Yeah, this
Yeah.
pizza needs to happen. Like I said, whether it's a company or a recipe idea, or do both. If you want to, maximize the opportunity, lean into it. I'm good with either or, because that means that I had to aspire to try to make it. If you make it a recipe, I suck at cooking. I suck so bad that I got fired from my first job for how bad I sucked at cooking. And yes, I did work at a pizzeria at my first job ever.
How did you get fired from Little Caesars, bro?
He was eating the anchovies in the freezer. They
He
caught
made
him in the
pizza
freezer.
good.
He was putting
dude.
cereal marshmallows on all the pizza tops.
Our pizza must taste 1.5 tiers lower than Red Baron. You're
That
doing it
was awful.
wrong.
Little Caesars makes two promises. Okay, it is both hot and it is ready. There is
I was
no other promise
awful.
that
You
Little
gotta
Caesars.
That's
understand. I was
true.
so
Screw the
bad.
fresh.
All right, that
Fine,
is
right.
actually fair and accurate. It's horrible, but yeah.
That little
Little
pizza
Caesars
cups are
is
really
paper
good.
pizza. However, the caveat to their paper $5 ready to go pizza, assume it's still $5.
It's not.
If you get their stuff that they actually had to make in the kitchen, that takes 10 to 15 minutes. That stuff is actually not bad. They always try to insist on not making it because it requires them to do work, but don't ever get their ready to go stuff. And that's is on. Oh, dude, my passion started way before that. From what I've been hearing from, I think my aunt, my grandma, she said, yeah, when you were a kid, all you wanted to eat was pizza. So I was like, oh, I guess some things never change, So here I am now, 37, and all I want is pizza. I've only had it twice this week. I gotta rectify that before the weekends. Seriously, like pizza is just, to me, it's just always the answer. So now we need a Floors Park style pizza. That to me is like something I'm not gonna let go of now. I'm not gonna let go of that now that it's
We have
in my
like
head.
warring factions over who makes the best version of it. And
Oh yeah. Oh dude, imagine
Like-
there was a
like County
YouTube
we
Fair.
got Food
competition.
Wars, but with the Rippaverse.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
but-
I'd say you got to out oregano the other. You definitely got to out oregano the other. That's a big thing. You got to have
This
the
is just
oregano.
This is just gonna boil into like a pizza themed supervillain showing up in the world.
That'd be great. That would be awesome.
And
32
forgiveness
slices of Nick
forgiveness
Weiser.
is divine, but never pay full price for
Right.
these.
For a late
Late
pizza.
pizza. And a half. What is a half?
No. As far as just to bring it back to books, because I know we got the time. As far as newer books, I guess you could say Salads counts as a new one, because even though we had a preview, not a full on thing, I'm looking forward to that the most. But as far as brand new, like we haven't had a taste of anything. It was I've already forgotten the title of it, but the one from Dixon and Herbert.
Great War of Separation.
Yes, thank you.
It's essentially the origin event for the Rippaverse. It's like a prequel event.
I like that because I as I mentioned to you, Jack Herbert doing art school. I liked what he did for Rebirth with Action Comics. I thought he did killer, and the fact that you guys got him, I thought that's a good get. And the fact that it's a limited series, and that's like, to me, that's big, because now we're finally getting into some lore points. That's world building, really major world building stuff, and that's probably one of my favorite aspects of comic book storytelling is the world building. So as far as brand new, that's probably the book I'm looking forward to the most. As far as brand new, like we didn't know that was coming. Actually, like, that's huge. And the fact that Chuck got to have that privilege, he probably wrote it in 20 minutes. And yet somehow he made it look like it took his
Probably
whole
19
lifetime.
and a half, honestly.
Right, right, 19 and a half.
Knowing Chuck.
I am really looking forward to that, because that's a good way of going about it, having a limited series on that. Is it too early to unveil the number on that? If it's 3 issues, 4 issues? Because I heard Eric say, as far as stuff that's an ongoing or limited series, that some of the books will have a reduced page count to manage with more faster release schedule, which
Correct.
is very respectable, but might I add. I think that's actually a really good idea.
Well, it's a quicker turnaround. It's also reduced price per
Yes,
book
that's a
for
big
y'all.
one too. Yeah.
Because we're going to pass that reduction in price and cost on our end. We're going to pass that and, pay that forward down to our fans, to our customers, and say, okay, so we're having to pay less to print this son of a gun. So that means we're going to charge less for it so that our fans can get it in their hands. And so it's kind of a win-win, because the fans get to pay less and they get the content quicker, and we get to have a quicker turnaround and more consistent content going out. And I call that a win all around. Now, not every single book is going to have a reduced page count. It's going to be certain ones. Great War of Separation
Probably
will be
the
one of the
ongoing
ones.
comics,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, and there will be some of the larger graphic novels still as well. Great War of Separation is a really, really great book, not just because it was written by Chuck Dixon, and not just because the art is Jack Herbert, but definitely because of those as well. But there's so much layered into that story that sets up so much, not just that's already been shown in the Rippaverse with the books that we currently have out, but also stuff that's coming down the line with stories and characters that have not been revealed and not been shown yet, that's going to have a massive impact, and characters and things and events that happen in the Great War of Separation will have a massive impact on those. And it's so cool because this is something I very much value. Our writing team really tries to stay on the same page so that they can play off of each other, right? Because that's really just like sharing your tools, right? You're like, hey, I'm trying to build this thing. I need this tool. Well, all right, this guy's got that tool as well. Can I borrow that for a second? Okay, cool. I'm going to utilize that, and so that's going to make this a more effective build and a stronger foundation over here. And everybody is doing that and trying to remain on the same page. And when you do that, you wind up ultimately with a more cohesive, more lived-in, organic universe. And it's going to take a little bit for it to really, really play out and feel that way. But
I'll have
that's only
Go ahead.
no worries. But that's only because we're still so early on. We've only been we launched ISOM 1 in 2022, summer of 2022. That's 2.5 years ago. That's we're an infant company still. We're still in our infancy. And so it's a massive blessing that we've come as far as we have already, and it's only thanks to the fans. So thank you, seriously, to everybody who has supported us thus far, whether you only jumped in on one book or whether you've jumped in on all of them. Like, that's huge. You're the reason why, not only why we do what we do, but how we're able to continue doing what we do. And it's really gratifying and humbling and encouraging to continue to do that. So thank you to everybody that's shown so much enthusiasm for what we're doing with the Rippaverse. We're trying to just kind of like be another. So many people try to be like, oh, I'm an alternative. That word's been played out. Alternative for alternative's sake means nothing. Just be something creative. Just be something good. Be something of quality, so that people can be like, hey, I'm picking up the most recent Batman and Spider-Man and Superman and Avengers and whatever else, the big two, and maybe whatever's going on over at Image or IDW or Skybound, Transformers, G.I. Joe, all of that. Maybe you're reading Flash Gordon, maybe you're reading Vampirella, whatever it is. But they're also picking up a Rippaverse book. And they're also picking up something from Iconic Comics, they're picking up Common America or Soul Finder, whatever it is, or any of the other amazing indie creators out there, like younger guys like Von Coleman. Von Coleman's a kid and he's putting out books, man. He's delivering on books. Like, that's huge. So my goal and my hope is that we just end up becoming a consistent part of people's pull list.
I think that looks like that's going to be an absolute reality. That looks to be an absolute, like, okay, I'm in for that. I like how you also have the yin and the yang thing going for Jen Silv, having them have individual one shots of Lily and Michael. Now I'm like, oh, that's cool. They have one's apples, the other's oranges type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So my guess is the books will probably have a one and done story, but you'll definitely notice there is a connection between the two. Because obviously when you do those things, they're kind of books that got to complement each other when you do pairings like that. There's a reason for that. I like it when those type of books come out. It lets you know, hey, we get to have little things like that. Because, I'm going to be that guy looking for those odd details and say, oh, okay, that's where this book plays off of that. I can't wait for that pairing. And the fact that they get to do it on their own, that's cool. So is it, and this could be an NDA, I noticed there's no artists listed on their individual books. Now, I don't need the names.
Those will get announced later.
Are they new names, or are they names that have already been on other books?
Nick.
And
I'm good. Oh,
Nick,
okay.
you
I
can
got
already tell he's not going to tell
Oh,
you.
that coming.
I don't need the names.
I got
No,
love for you, brother,
I
but
know
I
all
still
about
gotta drop an
NDAs,
NDA
dude.
here and
As
there.
I
soon as he went,
understand.
you can flinch. As soon as he flinched, I knew
Hey,
he
you
wasn't
know,
going to
I'm
answer.
good at finding a way around the bush. You know, I know how to beat around it. So
Yeah, let's
I
go
was
on 3
playing
more
my
hours,
game.
a couple more shots, it'll loosen up a little.
That's why he's got to get out early.
You underestimate my power.
Oh,
clearly.
you underestimate a 4-hour Nick Weiser show.
I've been on a 5-hour Nick Weiser show.
Have you ever
There's
been
quite a lot
on
of
one
wine in
where
his
he
system,
went?
if I remember correctly, too.
Well, he bought his first Hot Toys. I remember that one with
Oh,
Clobby and Mark and all that. Holy crap!
I was pretty drunk, which I have no regrets. By the way, I got my first Mezco figure ever.
Nice.
My younger
Jeez,
brother,
really?
he, for Christmas. I know I'll show it off. It's
Oh,
not
do
I
it.
think I had a box. Yeah,
Show it off so you can write it off.
But this is gonna be. Oh, I'm dude. Oh, hold up,
Whoa.
wrong guy. I'm biggin. Wrong guy.
Hello there.
I got Wolverine.
Nice.
So in the packaging, and let's see here. You know what? Maybe I can take out this plastic and
Open it up,
we can at
bub.
least see if we can get an idea of what kind of suit it is. But I was just like, okay, I got Wolverine for the Mezco, and I saw he had a huge collection of Mezco growing in his room. It's like I think he's obsessed, and I'm
I
like,
mean,
oh,
fair enough.
yeah, they are good. Yeah, they look really good. And I'm like, okay, let's see. Ooh, okay, this is a sleeve.
I mean,
Is
they
this a
definitely have
sleeve?
their own style, right? The Mezco
Oh,
lines.
okay. So,
I mean, it's-
so you got open from the top here. Okay. Ooh, hello. Oh, he's got sleeves on here. Oh, shite.
is that the
Okay.
old school uniform from Deadpool
Dude,
and
so,
Wolverine?
okay, we're going to embiggen myself. This is going to get weird, but so right here, we got an X base here, and I got to take this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
But
there it
you
is.
get the idea of the suit. Here,
Nice.
can I? Oh, here we go. Oh, I'm taking this bastard out of here.
You better have a half cigar. in
Oh,
one of
yeah.
those
Whip
heads,
it out. Whip it out, Nick.
All right, this is the suit.
Pardon me while I whip
That's
Oh.
cool.
Oh yeah.
Those are high quality. I've got a couple of I've got 4 Revoltex.
Yeah.
Because those are like they're super stylized, and I like the kind of fancy, flashy crap. Because I'm extra like that.
I got it. It didn't fall.
Good
It didn't
catch.
fall. Look at
Good
those
catch.
reflexes.
Snaps off.
Look at
It'll
those
snap off.
reflexes. You saw that real time.
Man, he's like a
Whoa.
cat.
Oh, dude, holy crap. I like the mask and the head too.
That's great, man.
Oh hell yeah, bitch.
That's
oh,
cool
hell
as
yeah.
hell.
Oh yeah.
It's nice colors.
Oh, I can't wait.
Very
okay, I'm
nice.
on them big.
That
And
Does he have a
pop.
cigar? Does one of the heads have a cigar pose?
I wonder if this comes with a cigar somewhere around here, but my area is a mess now. But I can't wait to like get to the claws. I can't wait. And the suit, dude, holy crap. I was like, it feels like an actual suit. This is great because like I can actually move the suit here. That is crazy. I could damn, that's freaky. And that's just like a regular size figure, like something you would see from Hasbro, but except with Mezco, you can move the damn suit. Like you can do that with that's wild.
Cloth
That's kinda
covering
freaky.
the articulations is great because you can pose it without that effect of just having a hollow shoulder or things like that.
Or a crappy paint job on it.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, we got a good old Logan head too without the mask. Cool. I'm never gonna do that one. Sorry. No offense, Logan. But it's gotta be the mask. I never to me that to me like reeks of MCU-ness. Where they have the face. I'm like, who wants the face? I want the mask for the character. Like, if I'm gonna own a Spider-Man figure, I gotta have Spider-Man with his mask on. I don't want Peter Parker's face.
I don't want Peter Parker.
No offense, Peter,
Nobody wants
but
to do
it's
that.
gotta be Spider-Man always.
Yeah, like
implied. I
for
don't want
Wolverine, it would have only been like with the cigar and the kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, that would be the only one without the mask, and the mask definitely. Right?
It's
We'll,
gotta,
we'll, we'll get you a Henry Cavill head for it.
There you go.
next thing you know, you're gonna
Great.
still try to beg me for a review of Rebel Moon. Will never come out.
Oh, don't do that.
Well,
Don't
I don't
hurt
have
yourself.
to beg. It's coming.
I love you too much, Nick. Don't do
Oh,
it.
trust me, I don't want to. I can't
Don't
wait
do
to
it.
not
He's got to
do
do
it.
all 4 movies. It's
Life
Don't
is
do it.
too
Whoa.
short
That's
to get
torture.
my life involved.
Life's too short to spend 4 hours of it having a pineapple kicked up your ass backwards. Don't do that.
Oh, wow. Oh, what's up, Brian? For
Come on, I
$2,
bought the apple ad. It can't be any worse than that.
we need Captain Belly Buster Burgers in Rippaverse. Ooh,
What we
that
need
sounds-
is we actually already. So if you read The Horseman, there is a
I
burger
did.
place.
There is a burger joint. I can confirm. Yep, there is a burger.
Chuck
We
Dixon.
officially have a burger joint.
Chuck Dixon created a burger joint in the Rippaverse. So
That's
yeah.
true. So we got that.
That's
we got a
wonderful.
burger joint. So now we gotta get that pizzeria. If we could get the recipe for the zine, oh man, dude.
I'll talk with Caro because she's the one that writes all the recipes.
Man, it's great when you have actual comics or in any series recipes that are really good, that they actually tasted and developed. For example, you get the right quantities to make the sauce really thick and with the right amount of acidity and everything. And I love that because you feel like you are actually eating something from the series.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen,
Thank you, Brian.
I
All right.
do need to dip on out of here, but thank
All
you so
good.
much for having me on for a little bit and letting
My
me into your
pleasure.
home. Nick, I love you, brother.
Love you,
Iron
man.
Caster, you're awesome. Pablo, always good to see you. Common,
Same, man.
your hat and glasses are gay.
This is the guy that sips box wine when he's sitting around
Box,
talking. to the guy
box wine,
trying
box
to
wine. Does this look like a box to you?
If it's not
You
Logan Davis in a box,
jackwagon.
it doesn't count.
If I didn't get to poke you like the bear and wind you up, it wouldn't be any fun at all.
Dave,
Comment,
D-Bud
comment.
Martin, picoseconds.
It was nice to
Great
meet
Flash
you.
reference if that's what that's meant to be. Great to meet you guys. I hope you gentlemen have a phenomenal rest of your evening. Be good to Nick. And when I say be good to Nick, I mean give him a lot of crap for me for the rest of the evening. And I will catch you all guys soon.
Cheers. Look forward to having you
Good
guys,
luck.
sir.
Sancha.
God bless and Godspeed, guys.
Yeah. Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen, that
Very nice.
was Andrew.
Now I
We'll
can't
give
hear
him we'll give him a clip on the way out.
What you calling me, Thigh?
I called you a fucking Guinea homo from the 15th fucking century, you dickhead.
I can stick you in my ass, small fry.
Yeah? You sure it ain't too sore from last night?
That deserves another drink.
Oh,
You know, Mark
Wow.
That's
D
perfect
was
for
telling
Andrew.
me he had to go to confession because of the language he was using on
last
that Bad Santa show.
dude, Toxic Tuesday, like that
Oh.
Bad Santa episode, like I feel like that
It's up
episode
there.
I needed to take a shower from how
Yeah.
toxic that show was.
You ain't gonna sit right, girl.
Fucking Billy Bob.
And that's not even the badder version that you guys had. No, it's not even the worst one. You can still get the other one.
I have
Holy
no
shit.
regrets. I have
But
no
I had a
regrets.
question for Pico. Pico,
It's
how
not
long you
Flash
been
reference.
collecting those heavy
Oh,
metals,
okay,
man?
metals.
Put those heavy metals back out. Ironcaster, did you see this?
I just barely caught it earlier.
Right
Those
there.
wow. Good. So how do you like them? I mean, you've been trying to
I haven't read
collect them,
yet.
or just
my comic store was doing a sale on all their back issues for $3 each.
oh no!
It went down to it's down to $1 now, so I got to go back and see what else is there. But I picked up their entire-
Private chat me the link, man. I want them for $1. I'll buy all of them.
Man, they're cheap.
Dude, awesome.
yeah. There's some. I don't actually know what's in here, but there's one from '77, so that's one of the first few ones.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude. Do you have okay. Seriously.
I can get the exact numbers
Private
if you really
chat
want.
with the
I-
link. You want to get rid of those?
No.
D-Bud's
I'm
laughing.
trying to get
because
the
$4.
Hang on one sec.
All right. I agree,
$4.
Brian.
Get a nice
I'm
product.
just kidding, Pico. I'm kidding. Keep those, dude. Don't get rid of those. You need to hold on to those.
What's up, occupant? I'm
But
Rumble.
we'll talk.
And Brian, it says Landman's pretty good so far. Yeah, it is good. And I'm enjoying it. Billy Bob Thornton is great in it, and I
You
got
think
this
I'd have this if I wanted to get rid of him?
Oh,
dude. And those look like they're in really good condition, man.
Yeah, man.
Fine, near mint, almost very fine near mint. Just from here, I can tell.
so I got a
Saw it up
huge
close
packet.
when I picked it up.
Hold on to those, dude. Don't get rid of those, man.
So
Nick's got a really huge package. Nick's got a really huge package in his hands that he has to show off.
He can't even open it. It's so huge.
It's too big for his hands. His hands look like little baby midget hands around that giant package.
Like Handy
So
Randy.
Sean
Yeah.
Step sent me a package for Christmas, and it's gigantic. Huge.
Fender's
Nick's-
back. Nick.
Nick's
I-
hands
It came with a great Christmas card. It's got a tree with bunnies on there. It says, "The true gifts of Christmas are for the heart to enjoy." I agree. It says, "May His love always bless you. His joys always fill you. His presence always keep you and close to all that is good. Wish you God's best at Christmas and the New Year. Merry Christmas, Nick Weiser, and all 32 flavors of your family, and Happy New Year. Your friend Sean Estep." Sean, if you're out there, thank you, sir. Merry Christmas. You're the freaking man. I'm going to be sending you something in a few weeks because I owe you bigly. And this is nuts. What is this, like a weapon? I got to make sure I don't knock. Ah, shit, I did knock my drink down.
Oh, no.
Man, all you.
Pimp down. Pimp down.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Knock it out of the carpet.
Oh, no.
Package was
Party
big.
foul, dude.
Go ahead, chat for a minute. I got to take care of
Nick's cut off for a
He wet
second.
himself.
He's officially
No.
done.
It's not even my alcohol
He's
drink. It was just my
back.
regular Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay. I would say, yep, yeah, exactly. Viking Nav, you're drunk. Exactly. Nick fucked it up. He's all wasted and everything
Well,
else.
I was curious because I know
My
Ironcaster has a
box is
whole
too big.
huge.
Clearly, his package
Ironcaster
is
was
too
trying
big
to
for his
show the
box.
stack of comics he was trying to read. But Deepa, I didn't catch like him and Pablo. Like, what have you read this year that you really like? I didn't catch. What were you saying? Talking about Deepa that you wanted to keep up with?
The Conan books.
So it was
by
anything
Titan.
besides the Conan though. I missed.
The
I know
only
you're a
other
Conan
thing-
guy. I know you're a Conan.
Yeah. The other thing I've been getting is the Viz Comics has been reprinting the Fist of the North Star.
That's what
And
you did mention.
in
Some
fact,
anime,
yeah, I
manga
think the
stuff. I know
next-
Ironcaster and those guys would be.
Yeah, the next one's
interested in
coming
that.
out. I'm going to get it Monday.
Gee, but I think I know one book you probably picked up or should.
And that would be
Ultraman.
I saw that, yeah.
The Fist of the North Star. That's
Well,
what
I did get Ultraman Blazar, the Blu-rays.
Oh, you see that? He's got the.
They finally got around to putting that out on physical media, did they?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Blazar, Taiga. I think they're going to be putting out Decker and Triggers fairly soon,
Okay.
and Arc. I mean, that's finishing up in a couple more weeks. But yeah, they're rolling again on getting the Reiwa era shows out. So
I really liked Regulus. It was like that little 6-episode series.
yeah, I think they've got that out. What is that? The Mega Galaxy Fight or something? I can't remember the name of that one, but I think that's coming out soon too. Next month.
Nice.
But yeah, those North Star. I think I believe there's only one more after this one coming out. Right, it just got released, but I think there's just one more volume, and that will finish off those Fist of the North Star reprints.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I know that's
So
old
behind
classic.
Oh yeah. Well, and I also have the
Biko, you break something too?
No. It's a 3D printed knife. It's
fucking everything. Yeah. And I've got
Nice.
the Blu-ray of the TV series of the cartoon. They had 152 episodes of that, and that's a lot.
Yeah, dude.
I've
When you
only
said
watched
Fist of the North
one.
Star, I was like, wow. Wow, Deepa, where'd you pull that out from? Man, I was kind of surprised that, you know.
Japanese media.
Frick, man, you kidding me?
most
I'm
of
a
what I'm
cowboy
getting.
bebop nut. I absolutely love that. And been trying to catch up, but I remember Ironcaster was trying to do the One Piece, and I said, see you in about 20 years, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
How many
okay,
volumes is that up
so
to?
you can get through about 3
20
episodes in an
years.
hour. And I do it in batches. All right. So it's like, so I'm going to jump into one show. I'm going to really, get into that. Like right now I'm watching Shangri-La Frontier. Great show. And then just kind of move on to the next one. But I'm just kind of waiting to, well, with that, I'm only like 400 episodes in.
Nice. Well, you said Fist of the North Star went for a long time too, man. Like Dragon Ball, then Dragon Ball Z, then Dragon Ball this, and you can go on and on and on. I learned now if you're gonna binge anime and it's not short, then just pay the money for the no ads, man, because you're gonna be spending a lot of time trying to binge some of this old stuff with ads.
Well, I mean, for example, with One Piece, you can get, like I said, you can get through about 3 episodes in an hour. They're about 24 minutes. You cut out the opening, you cut out the ending, you cut out the recap.
Right,
you're down to 18 minutes.
Yep, that's the way to do it, dude. Skip that intro, skip the credits at the end, and move right on to the next one, or it's going to take you forever.
Oh, holy crud.
Dude, did you break anything or just spill the drink,
actually,
man?
no. It was I had a Coca-Cola bottle because I'm trying to do
Let me show you my
Coke,
setup here.
And
make sure it doesn't spill.
So, in case you're wondering how I hit up, it wasn't just because I've been drinking. Yes,
not just because.
huge, and they take up space. So you got this big old book here.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's a giant sticker pad.
That's awesome.
Normally this would be for kids, but because it's me, I get away with this. And I'm proud of it. And there's a few more things too. There's a great classic Avengers here.
Nice.
Man.
Nice.
Which covers that?
Oh, what do you think, man? Good old number 1 frame here. So, in case you're wondering, it wasn't just, hey, Nick's baby. No, these are huge things in my hand. It's easy, especially, in case you guys don't know, my computer's in a corner in this room. It's easy to hit things.
So the real plot twist, guys, is like Nick, much like Comics Division, is a midget, and that's just a regular size cover.
Empire Strikes Back, notebook collection.
I got that.
Nick, I have a question.
Nice.
What did your PC did wrong?
My PC's actually, my computer's fine.
Then why is in the corner?
Because he'll knock it over. He'll knock it over.
Forget it. It was
He'll
a joke
smash
about it misbehaving.
Okay. I'm
He'll smash
retarded. So, yes, thank you, Sean. Items are huge. Some of them literally. Guys, we have a bucket list here. We have a huge bucket list here. So, we all know this guy, especially he's considered legendary on Clobby's Comic Shop.
Oh, God.
He's considered hugely legendary. Remember this guy?
Condiment King.
What's he missing here?
Condiments.
His bottles.
Guess what?
His ketchup bottle. His bottles.
Yeah.
Got him.
Got him.
Nice.
Got him.
Nice.
Oh, you got the whole box set. Again. Wow.
Oh, it's Mr. Freeze.
That's the condiment. No, but look.
Freeze. No, that's Mr. Freeze. Yeah, Iron Cast.
Yeah, his condiment pack is right there.
Yeah. But it's a BAF.
Yeah.
So we officially have, not only do we have Mr. Freeze, but we now have Condiment King officially complete. All right.
That's
So got this as a Christmas gift, and we are now Condiment King filled. So I am happy to say we now have a Condiment King. We finally got to this point. I feel like you guys were, a lot of you were there when it was just a few pieces.
Yes.
Or one piece. Yeah, one piece. And now we're gonna have the complete Condiment King. This feels like it's like whoa, we're at the end of the journey now. We got Condiment King, and also dudes.
Is it Jawsome?
Is that
damn right?
Street Shark. I thought it was Street Shark. No, it's even better.
The Street Shark. Street Sharks was a classic.
Wow.
The good old reissue. Since there's a reissue line, I was like,
oh, you're gonna open that, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna open this too. The both are gonna
definitely open a reissue.
Both are going to happen. And as far as how I tweeted self. I have been hunting this one down, and I've seen it a few times, but it was like, I'm not gonna buy you yet. But then there's the moment where it's like, okay, you are mine now, and this is huge for me.
Ah, yeah.
Which
Yeah.
one? Which issue is that?
248.
Oh, it's in the 248.
Yep, the kid who collects Spider-Man.
Nice.
Huge one. Huge deal. Huge deal.
God, a run of that guy's from I think it was 198 to 299. I think it went for about $1,800, and I thought maybe that was kind of cheap. To be honest with you, like Common Nerd, Nick. I mean, about 1,800, very fine condition, straight run
under VF. So if it's
I
under
missed
VF,
that run again. It's been about 3 times now. I've missed out on getting that 200 to 299 run. Ooh. I have and then the 300 to 400 I don't have. So,
yeah. God, I sold most of my collection in 1980 for about $2,000.
Oh, my.
$2,000.
That was the one that had, like Fantastic Four number 8 up, Amazing Spider-Man number 3 up.
Well, I told you I sold my
Silver Ages.
1 to 320 Spawn. Where is it? With
so we have a lurker in Superman. If he wasn't scared of green rocks, you're out there, dude. You just memed the show, so we're gonna share his meme.
Rocks, what are you doing?
Do
Rocks?
it. Do it.
Stop hiding, Rocks.
There
he is. There he is.
We have a lurker, so
Rocks is in the
now
chat.
he has to
Very
out
nice.
himself.
There's TZ Burton. What's up, guys?
Oh, TZ's here too.
Yeah,
Very
TZ
nice.
and,
Awesome.
and Rocks.
And here we go.
Superman. TZ.
Rocks is too big. For surprise, you'll know the love.
Nick, you are the best meme material. My pleasure. Thank you,
great.
Green Rocks.
That
Good to
is
see you,
great.
bud. Good to see you.
Kind of
Like a hot dog down a hallway.
That's great. That is fucking great.
For a surprise, they'll love. Yes, I can accept being memeable quality. If I can help bring the value of entertainment to you, because being meme material, that's fine. I'd say being culture, being culture, that's our thing, man. We are very memeable types, and that's fine. And what's up, TZ? How you doing, bud? What's up?
Step number 1, got a hole in the box.
No.
Step number 2.
That's you can leave that to culture. That's not me. I'm not about that life. Culture Casino can do that. That's fine for him. I'll let him do whatever weirdness he wants to do with a box he makes a hole of. I don't roll that way. Yeah. Oh, I know. Trust me, he might be even more memeable than me. And I'm pretty memeable. But
well, you're pretty face swappable too.
Yeah.
You can all debate and argue who's more memeable between us. That's fine. That's for all you all to debate. Have your debates. That's fine by me. But man, culture. Whew, that dude is. I still hopes that if he gets a 50K, he shaves his eyebrows. So,
dude, he'll do it, right?
That's y'all got to put the pressure on him to do it. Y'all got to put the pressure on him. So
maybe we'll get him to braid his beard.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah,
we need to shave his eyebrows.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
He needs to get over his bug he's
if
got
I
right
get to
now.
50, I'll grow my hair either out.
No, he
I'll
doesn't
grow
need to shave his eyebrows. He needs to shave one eyebrow.
Yes.
Or just shave side of his head, just the side of his head, so he can be woke.
No, he can't.
And then purple.
It's the girl boss side shave.
Nothing up here. He donates.
Thank you, Iron.
Yeah, he donates his hair. You can't do that to him.
Facial stuff, yes, but not the head.
We should make him get the. What was the dumbass with the white streak down the middle of his fucking beard? I can't even remember.
Mane and Tail is his sponsor, right? You guys know what Mane and Tail is,
right?
right?
Stash.
Oh, there you go.
The actual horse shampoo, but a lot of guys with long hair.
Fu Manchu.
A 70s porno stash for Culture would be great. That's it. Nothing else but a mustache. Which, you know what? By the way, I've seen Culture with a straight stash. When I was in Florida 2 Octobers ago, I stayed at a place with him, Mrs. Casino, and she showed me a photo of them when they were much younger. And Culture had a flat top of short hair and a straight mustache and no other facial hair. I seen it. I seen it.
Wow.
It's real. It was a reality.
I can't imagine that.
I've seen it. he was as 80s as it got. It was amazing. I wish he went back to it. Seriously, it was amazing. Like seriously, it was like Chuck Norris's driver's license photo. It looked amazing. I was like, this needs to come back. I'm one day gonna campaign for it to come back because it should come back. Seriously,
maybe Fu Man Culture.
Fu Man Culture. Oh God, if he did something like that, like this, oh man, that'd be amazing. Oh, you're at the meetup, man. Well, now that you know that I exist, now we can talk at the next one whenever I appear, whenever that is. There's a few ideas and rumblings of ones that might be for 2025. As far as where I'll personally be, I have a good idea of where I'll be, but I don't know where Culture will be. Hopefully, I'm sure Culture will. I'd like for us to all be in the same spot again, but we'll see because him and I have very different schedules. So the fact that we're even able to be in the same spot in 2023 was a freaking miracle in itself. So I would like to stay with Culture again.
Who streams more, him or Tom?
Oh God, Culture.
Yeah,
because
I
mean, Tom appeared.
You're a common nerd, you dude. You're.
I was going to say, I think I might beat all of them.
I'll give you a throw out on that one.
Here's the thing, those guys. Tom appears on more streams. On more streams. I mean, because he's got MEAD, the Mead Radio, and then he's got all the show he guesses on
After Dark.
Yes. So he's got he appears on more shows. Culture. He hosts his own morning show 5 days a week, does 4 to 5 videos a day, which is nuts. And he's got Mr. Grant Gregory going nuts, absolutely going nuts with making the videos, which is crazy. And then he's cast, yes.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, he's on.
Then there's that game
he goes to Park Place after his show. Then he's on Pros. Then he's on Mr. H's. Later in the evening, he's on Comics. It's like he's on almost all day. I'm like, when do you have time to go to the bathroom?
Well, I see Pico floating around too.
See, that's why he has a catheter.
I think he does because
he's got a bucket in the office with a drain tube.
Do we? Oh man,
he's like Cartman in the World of Warcraft South Park episode.
That could be one of the projects for his DIY channel where he just builds a trough.
But I've seen
Subhuman says we met at the continent. Man, I wish I'm sorry to say I wish I remember. Sadly, I don't. But if I saw your face, I would remember. I'm good with faces. I'm sorry that I don't remember by name, or maybe I knew you by a different name. It could be one of those things because I don't recognize the name Subhuman. But if I saw your face, like, I remember. You know, it was really good to bring it back to comics because we were once upon a time doing that. Even though it was only 2 issues and it was a really good 2 issues and it's going into 2025 looking strong. G.I. Joe. Holy crap.
Destro with Ironcaster and stuff. That was
good. I just got issue 2 read today.
Dude, G.I. Joe is freaking awesome. Holy crap.
And I'm glad you brought that back up because I brought this up a couple times on the rarity of my streams, and D-Bud's been there too because he's got them all, and Nick knows you guys are so knowledgeable about all this stuff. I always was nervous about trying to buy comic books based on the show, like Transformers, G.I. Joe. And I actually have the Batman Adventures. I picked that up last year, the whole series. Haven't even.
It may seem like a cash grab. I could see
that.
It
makes me kind of nervous, like the Battlestar Galactica series and stuff. But I had read those a long time ago anyway. To buy them now because you're kind of like, oh, I grew up on Transformers, I grew up on G.I. Joe, I grew up on Thundercats, He-Man, all that trash. And I'm kind of like, oh, do I really want to buy 1 through 80? And it sucks because I can just watch the show and not read the comic, but then it's like, I gotta get it, right? I have to get it, right, Pico? You shake your head. It's like,
just grab it.
Well,
you just take the chance and fucking buy them, right?
Well, what you should do then is just maybe try out the first 4 or 5. Go grab like 4 or 5 random issues from the big run to try out, and then that way you can kind of sample something from like the early years and something in the middle and a couple towards the end. That we can kind of get the full spectrum of like how good was this overall.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm really cautious. That's why I don't bullshit with people. And you guys know me so well. I don't have a bad because I haven't read enough to say anything was bad for 2024. I don't buy anything new until now, and I'm cautiously getting those through mycomicshop.com and stuff like that. And I know number 5 was delayed because you don't want to buy. I don't have a local shop to pick up from that I guess I haven't really inquired. I'm going to pay shipping and handling for one comic. I'm buying them in bulk, and then read them 4 or 5 at a time.
I have heard of people actually having this rule. They go to the internet, they find a site to read the comic. If they passed halfway the comic, they just buy the issue. Instead of anything, they just go buy the issue online. They finish the comic, but they also have the comic on physical. So if it's good enough, so you get through a point, well, that means it's worth your purchase. You should buy it.
Yeah.
If it's not worth, well, dodge a bullet.
Yeah. So it's like, I didn't mean to derail you there, Akash, because you're talking about G.I. Joe. How many issues are you in now for it?
So far, the Energon Universe G.I. Joe book is 2 issues in. So we are super early in. It's easy. It's early enough that like our main story is going on. And so far we've sort of seen ramifications from the first issue kind of roll over, but we haven't gotten too far with it.
Nice. Yeah, and Pablo's excellent there because especially if you're short on funds or you're just not sure. I did. I had the Battlestar Galactica run, so I could talk about it. But you go online and you can show them, and shout out to J-Man, and thank God he's doing well because he had a little medical problem 2 weeks ago, and he's doing well. He turned me on, and Nick and you guys showed me. You can go online, and Pablo, thanks for that, dude. That's awesome advice, you and Ironcaster, because you can go read these nowadays. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you couldn't do this.
Yeah.
Right?
It's something that I actually do with video games. There's a lot of video games that I played when I was young that I just got from the internet. I straight away went to the high seas. And no, I have them on Steam. I pay a good price for them, and I'm not playing them anymore. I will never touch them again, but I had to buy them because I play them. And I know they are good.
Yeah, because you love it, dude. You love it. It's like Mark DNC said. You're gonna get what you love. If this is what you love, you just do it. If it's within your means, right?
Well, that's one of the things with the internet, though. The internet has gotten into this mindset that it needs to preserve everything. The old saying of the internet is forever. Well, the internet is really taking that to the challenge to make sure that you can read every single bad comic out there. Like the incredible Power Pachyderms is out there. The internet never forgot that.
I never.
I'm glad.
You won't forget how and Andrew's not here to defend her, but Gail Simone and all the bad days a couple years ago, right, where I was just watching and lurking and realizing that. God forgive me, because if you remember, Ironcaster, when I came back into comics, because like I said, I'm not a poser. I won't sit here and bullshit. You guys know me really well. I came back and realized that I had missed out on so much, and started buying New 52. Nick, you remember when I admitted this to you guys several years ago, and you guys were kind to me because you didn't know me that well, and Pico, they didn't really rail on me about it. In Common Nerd, Pablo remembers all this, and they're like, "Well, you're honest about it."
In the mix, though,
you said, "Yeah." You said, I hadn't been into comics for so long, so I started picking them up, And this is where I came back into it. I wish I had started watching the show before the new guys like Diva and everybody else way before I started doing that. You know, maybe I could be caught up with you guys. You know, but anyway, I just throw that out there because, like in G.I. Joe, I would love to get those.
You're picking up New 52, so then you're okay.
No,
Collar
I did
on Superman.
It was Justice League.
Oh, you get that. Okay.
Justice League, and I picked up stuff like Superman Unchained, which is before New 52. I kind of like Unchained. It's short.
Unchained is early New 52, actually, but
yeah,
it's probably the best Superman book in New 52, which is like valedictorian of summer school, but you know, it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not bad, but I mean,
he's got a
Superman.
collar.
I picked it up.
He's got a collar.
And I Teen Titans.
Scales.
Did you
Teen Titans New 52.
Did you pick up Animal Man?
No, I don't even remember
Animal Man was a sleeper hit. That was one I liked.
Yeah, you did talk about Animal Man in the past.
If you like Superman and you ever get the chance, Superman Forever.
Superman Forever. All right. I didn't really read like stuff like, is it All-Star Superman? I watched the cartoon, but
All-Star Superman's outstanding. I love All-Star Superman.
Yeah.
I know obviously James Gunn apparently is taking a lot of influence from that story for his movie. Which from what we saw in the trailer, there's definitely some signs of All-Star Superman in the trailer.
If it has Grant Morrison's name on it, chances are it'll be taken from.
Yeah, speaking of that Superman trailer,
Metamorpho.
Dug these out.
Metamorpho.
It has
I'm a nerd anyway.
Stag Industries in it.
Ooh, it's got Stag in that
And
one, too.
Metamorpho. And
Hell
this is the first appearance of Metamorpho, Brave and the Bold.
Nice. What's that other key one for the Batman Brave and the Bold that he's in? What's that? Do you remember that issue number? I can't remember that.
For Batman? Oh,
it's in the Metaphor Universe series, but then it's also a switch over for the Batman Brave and the Bold. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Dude,
this is the second
there.
Yeah, this was the second issue of Brave and the Bold.
It was the second issue. Okay,
Metamorpho.
Cool.
This is number 58.
See,
Bold. And then he went on to have his own series. And
nice.
I have the whole run of that 60s series here, but I just dug out the first issue for you.
I know D-Bud's like the Blazing Saddles of comics guys. You talk about it, and he's like, "Excuse me while I whip this out."
Oh, if I have my whole collection still.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Perfect. Absolutely.
There he is.
Glorious.
Everything.
Holy
Yes.
shit, dude.
That is fun.
I know.
I love the shading on him.
Oh, you need him and Clockman to do a crossover duet.
Clocking?
Clock King,
Yeah.
yeah. Clock King, sorry.
Oh yeah, the Clock King one.
That is so
Oh,
good.
that's so
That's
cool, dude.
glorious.
That's
That
hilarious.
just makes me want a hot dog or like a bratwurst or something right now.
Can you
Hey,
guys see that?
Superman, while you're out there, you want to do a head swap with Nick and Condiment King?
Nah.
I'm so glad. Like, don't get me wrong, having the Robin and the Batman and this Mr. Freeze does look killer. I'll say that.
Oh, that Freeze looks badass, dude.
The Freeze, but the
Great story,
the real prize
Great origin
possession
story.
is Condiment King. Let's be real here. This is the real prize possession. It don't get better than Condiment King.
Well, Plastic Man's pretty with him and
Oh, I
Booster
love
Gold.
Plastic Man.
Oh, there's still one other one. That would be the Condor.
Oh, I got even better.
And they'll have
Condor.
a build-a-figure
Condor.
Condor, and one of the other figures you'll have to buy will be a Fancy Dan.
Oh, I'd love if there was a Fancy Dan. I would love if there was a Fancy Dan.
And a Turner D Century.
Oh, well, can you imagine a four of these four guys
They
here?
need a slide too to really seal the deal. They gotta have slide.
Clyde, hey, these four guys: Condiment Man, Plastic Man, ready, Condor Man, and Kite Man.
Oh, dude, yes, a Kite Man. Yeah, I'd love a Kite Man. Yeah.
He's got to be the worst of the group, though, right? Kite Man.
I don't know,
Funny,
man.
though.
That's debatable between Condiment King and Kite Man.
He was true to his girl, though, man.
The
He was-
League
he
of
was a very
Legendary
true
Losers.
person.
Yeah, right. It is the League of Legendary Losers.
It will
really
be
is.
better than the Sinister Six that Sony was trying to do. So,
So, dudes, fellow dudes, in
Yar.
25, what other books of all the magnitudes, walks of comic lives are we looking forward to? Caster, whether it's something new or something that you're already reading and you're just enjoying more of, what's the one for you, Caster?
Well, I'd say looking at the sheer list of movies or the list of comics that I'm enjoying now, that I'm picking up, that I've kind of tentatively looking over. The one I think I'm most looking forward to going forward is probably going to be Space Ghost.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Nice.
So Space Ghost. Okay, cool. So you're looking forward to Space Ghost. We'll keep this up.
that's
Hey,
a
man,
handful.
Talk about
all I
Space
gotta
Ghost.
say is that 70s rock fan has the firmest ass in the fellowship, and all the rest of y'all need to start working on your fucking squats before the Vegas meetup because we're playing this fucking game again. So y'all just better be fucking ready. That's all I gotta say. Okay. So
They're all
be warned,
caked up.
Vegas meetup. Yeah. So yeah, just ask 70s rock fan. We fucking got this.
I love how he made sure to like get all the beard, all the like.
Yeah, because normally, see, and that's the fucked up part because you can see my neck down there too, right? Because that's the problem with my fucking goatee. The auto fucking shit always cuts it out because it doesn't want to pick it all up. It's fucking hilarious. So yeah. Oh, crappy cut out.
It looks great. It looks great. More Space Ghost. So I know we mentioned, I think, really briefly, but are you looking forward to the crossover of Johnny Quest?
That's right.
Oh,
I forgot all
shit.
about that.
Are you serious? I forgot all about that too. Iron
They are
Cast.
Yeah, the last issue, there
Johnny
was this
Quest.
ending part that's kind of hint.
D-Bud and I know, man. Come on, dude. Johnny
Wait,
Quest. You know we
is
got
the
that.
Phantom coming
I
next
watched that
year?
way back in the 60s, yeah.
There is a Phantom series coming, Pablo.
Oh,
There is.
There's my answer.
oh.
There's your
yes,
answer.
Pablo.
Okay.
You doing it? Sorry,
I'm
Pablo.
grabbing
You like
my
Johnny Quest?
issue right now to look.
They're doing the Johnny Quest? I didn't even know. dude.
I
There's a
haven't-
crossover.
Oh, they better
It's
not
gonna
fuck
come.
that
I
up,
know
man. They're not
I
fuck
know
that
they
up.
are doing Johnny Quest. I haven't even tried.
Where's my DVD? It's sitting right there. My
But
Blu-ray collection.
the old school series, I love it when I was a kid.
Oh, hold on, then.
That's
I still got
mainly
every episode on my computer. It's
Dude.
it's a masterpiece.
that's mainly the reason why I started watching. Goddamn!
Venture Brothers.
No.
For you, Pablo.
Uh,
Yeah.
Goddamn!
Yeah.
I forgot the name. 2021. The series about guys underwater doing stupid shit.
C-Lab?
C-Lab.
C-Lab.
C-Lab. I
There you
love
go,
C-Lab. Hold on. I'll be right
2021.
back.
That was a lot like.
I think now we
Johnny
all
Quest.
knew what
C-Lab's
about.
Sorry. Got me excited now, man. Fuck.
No,
Johnny
you're
Quest,
good.
C-Lab. Holy shit, Pablo.
Yeah, I
No,
think it's February or
when-
March it's happening.
I-
No, I just don't. Guys, I don't hear that very often. I don't hear C-Lab coming out of a lot of people's mouths very often. So
Dude,
I
it's
didn't
one
mean to
of my
cut you
favorite
off,
series.
Pablo.
Then answer me this, good man. What would you rather be? A gorilla or a cyborg?
Ooh.
We
Gorilla.
can try both.
Because then I can name
Cyborg.
myself Harambe.
Cyborg.
Cyborg.
Congo.
No,
Well, that's
I'm
actually a
I'm
throwback for the
Cyborg.
first.
That name got ruined by Cryborg, so I'm now I like Cyborg. But
Well,
now,
the first
Cyborg.
episode of C-Lab is
Yep.
Cyborg
Yeah.
based.
Yeah, I'm Bizarro like that with the
Bizarro,
references, man.
yeah. So I know what Federer's doing there.
Yeah, I
He's
watched too
testing
much
me.
of that crap religiously, man.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
have you seen Cartoon Network had a full ad that was just Marco singing in
Portuguese.
Brazilian, in Portuguese.
In
Yep.
Portuguese. You know that's actually Eric Estrada from Chips, guys.
Yeah.
He did the voice
It
for
was
that
beautiful.
shit.
Yeah,
if
they
you guys
don't
look
even
it up.
hide it. They even
No.
state it every time.
They break the fourth wall of that show constantly with shit like that. yeah.
That's why it's beautiful. Hell, they even brought that stuff from Stargate.
Oh, and the Predator, everything's on there. tribbles with the little
No,
ghosts. and
the
all
amount of
kinds shit.
references to Star Wars, the episode where Captain Murphy gets under the vending machine, the
Oh,
whole
yes.
set, including the hallway and everything, is the Death Star.
Yes, even they reference Nick. They even referenced Black Hole in that.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, they reference everything. It's a total nostalgic show.
Oh, the Society of Men from the Island of Chupacabras. The whole damn thing was beautiful.
I think Nick would love that. I think you guys, Pico, I don't know. You look young. I just don't bring it up, but you have heavy metal, so that's awesome. Do you guys know these shows? Common Nerd, C Lab. I think you would, wouldn't you?
I've seen I remember a little bit of C Lab from like, what was it, like Cartoon Network, like late at night and shit, like some of the old retro stuff.
Dude,
but
I'm
like, yeah,
22. I found
was-
all this shit while circling the internet.
Yeah,
I
no,
love
see,
that fact.
I didn't have
For
cable a lot
years.
as a kid, so I missed a lot of that Cartoon Network shit and a lot of those.
I'm just gonna
throwbacks.
say, thank God for Adam Reed. That man was a genius.
Adam Reed. Yeah, and I've always been wanting to do a. For you guys, I know your number one voice actors are gonna be right. It's gonna be Conroy and Clancy, right? But Harry Gaz on that show for Captain Murphy was amazing. Just really amazing
I was
voice.
really sad when they retired Captain Murphy, and there's actually inside.
Oh, but
of
don't
one
worry,
of the
he
episodes-
returned.
Yeah, but
in a way, in Archer.
In one of the episodes, there's a canon explanation
What is
on why
that?
he lives.
I think that's the new 52 Condiment King.
Yeah,
This Condiment King.
Holy shit!
That is glorious. Oh, that's perfect. I love it.
He's come to put pineapple on all your pizza.
Oh, I have a lot more self-respect than that.
Yeah, that's
You
not
just
a
must have
condiment.
ketchup on your
It's
pizza.
not about
You come to put a
self-respect.
pineapple on my pizza. I'm
It's-
sorry, but I'm gonna shit down with a crowbar.
It's not about the respect. It's about being evil. It's for the art of the game.
Yeah, but
It's not hard of the game. There's nothing. No, there's super villains,
Look.
and then there's just
Well,
ridiculousness.
look. What's more evil than threatening pineapple on your pizza? You're gonna do what he says.
There's evil, and then there's fucked up, and that's fucked up.
that's evil and fucked up. But thank you, No Green Rocks. I am now the Condiment King.
That's
Frisky
freaking
Dingo.
great. dude.
Anyone here seen Frisky Dingo?
Yes.
Frisky Dingo? Yes. And most of it.
Nope. You know what? We'll just look at Condiment King while we talk. Fine.
Blow that up,
Have it
dude.
your
Blow
way.
that up. Is he got pizza slices on his in his suit?
You were about to say unit.
Yeah, I was.
I
His
can tell.
unit.
I heard the awkward pause. You're so ready to say unit, but you're hold on, no, not unit. It was
Yeah.
on his Yeah, I caught that. I caught that pause.
But he's got your beard, kind of. He's got your setup. He doesn't have the hair coming out though.
Yeah, he better not have the hair coming out. So it's gonna be a dead old giveaway of who it is.
Yeah, you gotta hide his secret identity. You can't let the hair go. We can't get those locks flowing out of the costume. It's too obvious.
Definitely cannot do that. That's absolutely blasphemous. Not
Dude, the
freaking
minigun
ever.
blasters.
That man could sort out so many hot dogs at a fucking barbecue. Like you have
So,
no idea.
Caster
Does he need
and
to swallow?
Pablo looking forward to the Phantom. Awesome. Well, Fenrir, what book are you looking forward to in 25 of any
On
type?
25, I'm looking forward for issue 26 of Rogue Sun, an extra couple of the G.I. Joes and Transformers coming out. I will not rest until I see Snake Eyes in all of his glory.
Yeah.
You are a gentleman and a scholar. You did not have to do it, but thank you for doing that. I'm sure it was hell to make this. Okay, so more Energon Universe, basically. Killer.
Yes. And also the Invincible spin-off comic that's coming out about Battle Beast. I'm kind of interested about that one too.
I'm looking forward to that too. I'm really looking forward to that new Invincible book.
Yeah,
it's
and
gonna
maybe
be
some
cool.
Johnny
Battle
Quest on
Beast.
the side.
Oh, yeah,
Hope they bring
that's
back
gonna
episodic
be
adventure.
Probably by number one now, besides Conan.
Cool. I like it. 5. Where are you at, homie?
Steel Ball Run, JoJo's Part 7.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's
Home
coming.
Run. JoJo's parts. Okay, refresh me.
You ready to have some dirty deeds done dirt cheap?
basically cowboys with stands.
Yeah.
So it's like
Gay
a homo
cowboys with
story.
stands.
Gay cowboys with stands.
I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. All of JoJo is basically one guy's big autoerotic fantasy.
Are you guys talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventures
Yes.
continuation?
Yep.
Holy
Yeah.
shit! Okay.
Yeah, we're
Alright.
they're translating part 7 next year.
I did.
And don't say I'm wrong. We all know it is that.
So to bring you up to speed, Nick, one of the big, it's a 80s manga that's been ongoing like every few years or so. They bring out a new little story run of it, and it follows the
Joestar bloodline.
And what I think one of the big things you would appreciate from it is the fact that yes, there's so many like classic like metal and rock band references. One of the biggest villains of the franchise is Dio.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, Ironcaster keep going on with the rock references. It's a theme for them.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, and speaking about, you just reminded me of another suggestion I wanted to bring out to Nick.
Go ahead. Let Fender have it.
Yeah.
You ever heard about this monk called Bastard?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I've watched
It's
the anime.
pretty freaking metal, man. Especially the anime they got on Netflix. Freaking awesome. The manga is fantastic. Great art. It is a man's read, man. Specifically a metalhead's read. A lot of its art, characters, and a lot of spells and magical names literally based on heavy metal. Hell, one of the main villains' complete design is based on the freaking xenomorph.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yep.
Shit.
Yeah,
You literally have a the main character is literally called Dart Schneider, based on a freaking heavy metal band.
It's D. Snyder.
D. Snyder. Yep.
Yeah, it's really good, and it's not something you want to watch with anybody but adults in the room. That shit is fucking hard.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's great. It's all tits and ass and fan service and
if you know your stuff, it's basically a heavy metal fan's wet dream.
Yeah, don't they have characters called like Led Zeppelin and every band?
Exactly.
There's powerful spells of the game that are like Metallica.
Yeah, Metallica is one of the big fucking powerful spells.
Metallica.
Yeah.
I actually even think I heard some of them call one Dio and other Guns N' Roses. Great, man. Specifically in the manga, there's a lot of that.
It's basically an anime that's like you kind of blended up all these like 80s album covers and you just poured it out into animation.
Yeah, and like the names and all the spells and everything like that are all 80s fucking metal band references and shit. It's fucking great.
And Dark Schneider is just a complete bastard. Hence, the name of the show.
Yeah,
where he's basically like, I'm only gonna do like. He's only willing to help out because he wants to be the one to like destroy everything.
Yeah, he wants to be the guy that actually wipes out the world. Nobody else can destroy the world but him. So he'll kill anybody else that tries to do it before he gets a chance to do it.
He's a psycho, but it's understandable.
A lot of those characters are psychos. I've been watching the Kagame Gakyo. Holy Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That is an adult. Yeah. Do not let your kids watch this show.
Absolutely do not allow any child to come near that. But I'll say the female characters have pretty good designs, though.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah, the female characters are gorgeous. Gorgeous in that.
Just say, Nick and everybody. There's a lot of bouncy characters in this.
Yeah. There's even a lot of liberties. Half the time, a lot of them are pretty much naked. If you think about it.
Yeah, they really are.
Talking about
most
anime.
of them are psycho as hell.
Dude, tell me if you have seen this. There's a crossover between Evangelion and McDonald's.
Yes,
that is going on, and the ads are fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's something that just kind of started like over in Japan with Japanese McDonald's. They have a series of burgers that they're putting out, like the Eva burgers.
Yep, but have you seen the actual ads, the animated ads?
Yes. Where they've gone in and they've taken a bunch of the bits of the cells from the anime and they've added in burgers and food. Yeah. They redesigned it. They redesigned one of the Evas to have like burger like here.
Yeah. But there's one of the ads that is just Gendry Ikari talking in the conference with Seal about the secret recipe of the spicy chicken. and it's just glorious.
Oh, I want spicy chicken sandwich now. Oh,
I need to
By the
know.
way,
They don't
I
allow
love your-
Misato near a single one of those McDonald's, right?
If you follow Kyle on Twitter, you know Misato should not be allowed near
Anywhere near children. Yeah, I know.
Yep.
That's why I asked.
No, do not. No, absolutely not. Let your,
He was
your
best girl
Kagame
until
guy
it
go.
happened. It was so sad.
It's,
Yeah,
like, it's like giving.
That's brutal.
The fact that Kyle has like 3 years or 4 years of this meme continuing, of him just doing a small art of Shinji and Misato. And there's one where Asuka is working at Walmart and she sees on one of the TVs on display that they are releasing Misato from jail, and she just drops on her knees and starts screaming. It's beautiful.
Get in the ball pit, Shinji.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we had a lurker here. Another lurker. Oh, we got a lot of lurkers
Mohammed.
tonight.
Yeah,
Well, thanks for lurking, Mohammed. Appreciate it, buddy. Which,
Hey,
by the way,
he's been reading a lot of comics lately.
oh, that dude's a binge reader amongst binge readers. New Year's Day, for sure, 1%, unless a tidal wave hits. And I have to emphasize, like 2 tidal waves. We're going to do a Wednesday night show for sure, 9 p.m. New Year's Day for sure. I am going to make sure that I will overcome every explosion. I will walk through Mad Max. I will walk through Die Hard and Lethal Weapon. We're doing this shit.
Nice.
So
nice.
What if
Dude,
it's an
that's gonna be
alien
epic.
invasion a la Xenomorph?
that's fine. Well, I'm going to overcome all the xenomorphs up to and including freaking awful Prometheus. So we're in, baby. We're in. Oh, look,
Dude,
it's being sworked
Covenant
out
is
too.
way worse.
I hope you had a great Christmas too. But no, I'm just saying, like, we're for
Good
sure
night,
doing
King.
this at 9 p.m. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great, and I'm gonna make sure it's happening at 9 as well. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really damn cool. It'll be fun. We can start off 2025 bigly, as one should. I can't wait to start off bigly. For real. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. Huge. Guys. I cannot freaking wait. So, anyways, fellow dudes, I'm trying to think what else would I be looking forward to in 25 that we kind of haven't like gone through. I would have said the Invincible book, but that's already been saved from Fan rightfully. So that Battle Beast looks like it's gonna be killer. And the fact that they got Otley back on it too, I think that's a huge get, having Ryan Otley back. So it's like, hell yeah, bitch. You got Ryan Otley too for it. I'm all in. Every fiber of my being is in that book. So I guess we could just say, like, I'm looking forward to a lot of the funders. You know, the next Atlantean, the next Mythicals. Obviously, I'll look forward to Rippaverse books. I'm looking forward to a lot of the crowdfunded stuff. I'm looking forward to the next volume of Dracula from Matt Wagner and Kelly Jones. The Impaler is great. Looking forward to the Brides. Really looking forward to the Brides. I thought that was really good. Dracula book 1. So Kelly Jones draws a crazily toxic monster book. I love it. Dracula was very toxic, by the way. He was, which is no shock. Of course, Dracula is toxic. Like, why would he not be? So
You know what? I am
supposed to be.
Right?
I'd say I'm proud. The one thing I want to, it's sort of an obvious given thing, but the one thing I'm most looking forward to are the books I don't know I'm going to love yet. Like the stuff that hasn't, the stuff that's quietly being worked on. That we're gonna probably see some announcements around like April, and they'll probably be out in time for like August, September. The stuff that comes out around then, like that, I want to. The stuff that to make me say, take my money now. How can I buy this faster?
Yeah. Dude. No. I'm looking for it. I want to have other books too. Will the big two do anything new, improve their situation? Probably not. I know.
Absolutely.
Our buddy
What are they
Andrew.
going to do?
I mean, they literally have a comic book about farts where you can literally scratch a sticker and smell the farts. It's freaking dead, bro.
They aren't even being subtle with putting the fetishes in the books.
No,
This is
No,
the big difference between Japan and between America. In Japan, when they add their fetishes to the books, they become bestsellers. In America,
They have
they
good
add
fetishes.
fetishes on
Oh,
comic
yeah.
books.
You're right, Rico. They've got a few.
It
They
destroys
die.
a franchise. God damn it. They had to use Harley Quinn for that. I'm so pissed.
Harley Quinn
No one
has
is
become
surprised.
Oh, no,
Sadly,
I'm
the
not.
character has just been flat out ruined at this point. Like
his
basically the minute
slanderous eyes
they turned her
beyond.
into the Atlanta hooker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what she is.
I'm sorry, she's a Brooklyn hooker. I'm street walking here.
Yeah, yo.
Also, I'm a lesbian now, and I
I'm
fight for
street
women's
walking
rights.
here, Mr.
Oh, yeah.
J.
Yeah. Just like in that animated show with King
Yeah,
Shark and all
he
that.
has been destroyed horribly.
No, I don't
Oh,
even
absolutely.
think about any of those comics. None of those are in the top 2, are they?
Nope.
Has anybody mentioned anything from the top 2?
Well,
they're
that's a
gonna watch?
number 2.
Oh, it's a
I mean-
number 2. All
I mean,
right.
I mean, it can turn into a number 2. Depends on how hard they fought it.
There's always a surprise.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think the top 2 are going to be able to recover for a while. It's just my opinion. I mean, from just following a lot of people in the last couple of years, it's just been downhill.
It's
Have they come up with anything better
No,
than what we have all mentioned today?
it's generational damage is what they've done, and the problem is because they're so infested so deeply with all of these ideologues and all of these narcissists and all these people that think they know better than everybody that's come before them. It's it's one of those. I mean, you think about how long comics have been in a rough state. Yeah, there's a couple of highlights out. There's a couple of good things. Living a broke clock gets things right twice a day. So it's like they've got a few people in there that are still trying to do good work, but the problem is until the management changes, none of it's going to fucking matter. And the management ain't going to change anytime soon because guess what? These comic book companies, all these things are as IP holders for Warner Brothers and for Disney. That's all these comic book companies are. They just keep printing out books so they can hold on to their IPs and not have any problems or not any challenges to things, right? So like that's going to be the last thing they give a shit about as far as cleaning house and actually changing the management and doing anything about it. And honestly, it'll be kind of one of them situations where it'll be a miracle if they ever actually change it. You know what I mean?
But dude, this IP holding thing can only last for so freaking long before it's completely dead.
Yeah,
No,
but
it
also
can't.
there's
As long
good
as there's
ways.
a version of that IP that's making money, they'll just let the fuckers keep printing stupid ass comic books. Because it
there's
doesn't matter
probably-
what happens to the comic books because it doesn't
Yeah.
affect their movies and it doesn't
Dude,
affect
the TV shows suck. They make no money. The movies suck, and I don't really see any hope in the James Gunn DCAU in any way, even if the Superman movie is good.
Dude, this month we got a good example of IP spamming that works perfectly. The Sonic movie. The first Sonic movie was literally just IP spamming. They got the rights, they needed to hold to the rights, so they were doing whatever they could just with the IP, just throwing it away. They get the trailer out, everybody complains, and they go like, yeah, maybe we fix this. And now they are doing the fourth movie, and the fourth movie is going to be as big as the third movie, as the second movie. And guess
The
what?
fourth movie just made Mufasa its bitch.
Dude, the third movie is fucking amazing. There's Crush 40. If you don't know, there's a music group
Okay, I gotta
that
see it
Sega
now.
started just
I didn't know Crush 40 themselves were.
dude. This group, they started in Sega just to get music for Sonic, and you get live and learn in the movie
multiple times.
Yes, they
like
at the beginning.
They had one of the guys who worked on like Shadow the Hedgehog for some of the cinematics was working on the film here.
Yes.
You're getting like the intro like sequence with like the slow pan up of Shadow just getting replicated like shot for shot in the movie, and it is like
that guy getting a refill.
Tell you what, I'm sitting in the theater, I'm watching it. I am having to hold myself back from going yeah in the movie.
Dude,
Yeah.
there's at the beginning, just in the very beginning, they have an acoustic version of All of Me, the song from Shadow the Hedgehog, the goddamn video game that almost crushed the whole franchise. And they make you nostalgic and they make you cheer for that.
Yeah, but Pablo, you Pablo touched on it here, and you almost said it too, Ironcaster. Don't forget, though, if I remember correctly, when the first Sonic Hedgehog movie came out, everybody was pissed and
bad
trashed
CGI.
them and went off on like a fucking rant and tangent about how bad this looked.
We have
Sonic,
had
and they
like
fixed it, and
we
they
have
listened
had
to
like
the fans,
30
and now it's crushed 3 movies.
Okay,
right?
And-
let me tell you this. We have had like 13 years or something like that of bad video games. And I mean, the
Oh,
last good
God,
video
I've
game,
heard,
I've
or
heard.
quote unquote good video game, was Sonic Adventure 2. Then Sonic Heroes flopped because the camera didn't work. Shadow the Hedgehog, absolutely shit. I 100% that game. I can say for certainty that is absolute garbage. Sonic 06, garbage. Dude,
Outright
I
broken.
I have the Wii U, so obviously Sonic Boom was something that I wanted really, really bad until it came out, and I got burned by Sonic Boom. By the way, the
I look-
animation really good.
I went out and I saw Sonic 3, and like I was said in my robot phase earlier, afterwards I went out and I bought. I'm starting to buy the comics now. Like the movie was that good that it made me turn around and start buying ancillary material.
And that's how you should do an IP.
That's how they should be done. That's what it should, that's how they should inspire you, is to go out there and dig farther into the original source material if they do a good adaptation.
Ah,
Fucking retarded.
we
though.
need more of that, man. If they can, Sega right now, they could do a Vectorman movie and it will kill it. And I mean it. Vectorman, if you don't know, is just a random IP from Sega that is basically a garbage. There's 2 good games and nothing else. They could try that. They will make bank. They go for Restart. Just do a Restart movie. Fucking great. There's the Comic Zone that will kill it. It's a video game about comics that is fucking great, and they can just do it. There's money in the table. They can get all the money because the only other competition that they have right now, because Marvel is basically dead, DC never really did anything, Disney is in the shit. The only other competition is Nintendo, and Nintendo is still trying to fix whatever they have for Zelda. We haven't heard anything of the Zelda projects that they had, even for the theme parks. So right now, Sega can kill it. And this is weird because Sega has not been in that position since the 80s.
Yeah.
Maybe for
True
a couple
shit.
of months on the 80s.
Wow. Holy
shows.
crud. Occupant 42 with a $20 Rumble rant. Holy
Sweet,
macaroni.
bro.
Says giving people what they want is a money-making proposition? No. That flies in the face of all modern Hollywood financial logic. I'm going to add logic to that, if you know what I mean. But dude, that is a very generous $20. Thank you, sir. By the way, yeah, it really is insane how that happens. And that's why I feel like the Energon universe, Flash Gordon, obviously TMNT Saturday Morning Adventures, trying to think what other things.
And
Conan.
Pablo, we should all be very
They're
afraid
succeeding, and that's why a movie like Nosferatu is
because
making
they're
money.
going for anime. A
100%
Naruto live action movie is in the works.
I have a challenge to Hollywood. If they really want to make anime, start with Kill la Kill. Let's see you do Kill la Kill right. Then I trust you.
It's too
Dude,
brutal.
come on, this shit in
man.
Kill la
It's
Kill.
too
They
brutal.
even have the balls to pick half
They
the
don't-
crap they
that's-
do.
Yeah, rated R total, right?
Thank
They
you
would
again.
absolutely censor the suits. The shit rainbow-headed lady does makes Frieza look nice.
Okay, if they don't want to do Kill la Kill, let's try something simpler. Let's do something dramatic, just with people, not many effects. Actually, you don't really need special effects for this. Do a good Doraemon movie. Fucking
Well, look
do
what
it.
they did to Cowboy Bebop, though, Pablo.
They
They
can't
did
even
and
do
that
Death
and
Note
that
right.
female
What are
lead.
you
where
guys
she just-
talking about?
Or heck,
I have
if you want
no
if you
idea
want
what to
something
talk about.
if you want to lean into something that's popular that people if you
Wait,
About
you
an-
went
what-
silent.
what about Initial D?
Well, let's fill in
That's
Nick
hard.
about the toxicity so he can get in. And Nick, there's
Well,
lots of big
Initial
boobs.
D is a good story,
lot
but I
of
don't believe they'd be
hot-ass
able to
women.
capture the
All right,
strength
guys,
of the
hold
scene
up.
where the guy
One
sees
at
his
a
girlfriend
time.
banging
One
an
at a
older
time.
guy.
One at a
Fenrir.
time. One at a time. One at a time. Yeah,
So
I
for
know
Nick,
there's
Federer,
delays with
Pablo, like
Fenrir.
this is we're talking because it's toxic and like a
Yes.
lot of boobs, a lot of female, a lot of guys chasing ass, very very straight up front like Pepe Le Pew type shit.
Oh, you can go full gay. You can go for Prince of Tennis. You can go for free.
Castlevania.
No, I mean,
you can
there's
actually do a live action JoJo. I mean, Japan's been proving that for years.
anime has a good tradition, and especially manga, because a lot of that is not translated to anime. There's a good tradition of just full out gay material that
Yeah, it's called
becomes
yaoi.
really popular. JoJo is just the tip of the iceberg. It's just the tip.
Boys who rap.
Just the tip,
Just the tip.
Boys who ravu.
So I brought up Initial D because it works. It's kind of leaning into the Fast and the Furious trope. Like, it's all just car chases and drifting cars. Like that's Initial D. You just
Yeah,
do,
but
do the
dude,
Fast and
you need to
Furious.
realize one thing. I don't think they can find a female actress who can participate well in a scene exactly in a perfect way that shows the guy realizing his girlfriend is a whore. That scene stick with me for years, man.
You're muffling, Fenrir. By the way, you're muffling.
I know that's on purpose.
No. Like you're the way you sound. It sounds like
You sound like if you were banned from the places.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yeah.
I had a candy bar in my mouth.
That explains. I knew that sounded familiar. The first time I've heard you with something in your mouth.
Dude, you are gay.
Did it have some white filling inside?
Yeah, I did have nuts.
Was it
to
cream
it.
filled? Cream filled?
Yeah,
It's got that vein.
No.
Oh, look, guys, it's our friend
Vince is
Vince.
sticking us upside down.
Hey,
By
Vince.
the way,
Vince, we're
Vince,
back. What's up,
Hello.
buddy?
It's been
really
so
quickly
long.
for
Where have you
Vince,
been?
Yes, wait so
I
long.
got my
just
locals
some power
finally.
bars.
I'm getting my locals moving, so I'm gonna post a link in the chat. But I am finally getting this thing active and up and running. So please hang out. I'll figure out what I want to do about pay tiers later. But at least right now, I just want people to hang out there because after Gilded and that whole tragedy, we need a new spot. And
Oh God,
well,
yeah. I think I still have it. Ironcast, are you and I still on there?
And by the way, one more time, Occupant 42, thank you for that 20, man. I do appreciate it. And yeah, it's once again bring it back to Godzilla -1, Nosferatu, and obviously, the Sonic movies. It shows you, there are people who are willing to show up and see something if they want to see it. And that's, once again, a market does exist out there. And I remember when I saw Godzilla -1 last year, what my big takeaway of it, outside of it being fantastic, was how many young people I saw out there. And that was at a packed Sunday night showing. So I was like, it's clear that, even young people, we always say, young people don't watch movies because TikTok, but yet here I was seeing a young crowd want to see a Godzilla movie on Sunday night in December. I can't imagine that wasn't the one theater in one county in one state in the entire country that was like that. Just saying, there's a market out there. It's more about how do you fill the void for that, and it seems like they're trying to not fill that void, and they're.
There's another big part of it too, is the audiences have really wised up to a lot of the bullshit. You know what I mean? And that includes the younger generation. They want to say, oh, well, the younger generation doesn't come see movies because of TikTok. And that's bullshit. That has nothing to fucking do with it. And what it has to do with is you're putting out a bunch of crap And the younger generation is wise to your bullshit too. You thought they were just young and dumb kids. And it's like, no, look, they've had access to unlimited information since they were all like 12. Okay. Like there's like, for all of the dumb shit we see highlighted on TikTok of all the fucking retarded kids that are getting famous for doing dumb stuff, there's also a massive group of them that have been aware of like all of the bullshit when it comes to the meat that the meat. They've been basically raised on the fact that the media was bullshit and you couldn't believe anything that they said to you. In a lot of cases, there's like a big chunk of them. It's the same thing with entertainment in Hollywood. They're like, we don't care. That's why manga and anime is exploding with the younger generations, because they want good stories. So it's not that they're not interested in long format movies. It's that you're creating long format movies that are crap. They'll gladly sit down and watch a 2.5 hour.
I know kids who can watch 20-hour.
Yeah. Well, and obviously we all know that bled in over into the comics, right?
Yeah.
You know, when we were watching Gary 4 or 5 years ago, right? Or at least, you know, lurking like I was. Until I met Nick.
There are literally kids
and
who
that's
would
exactly
watch
what we're talking
20-hour
about.
videos of Demon Slayer.
Oh yeah. Hands down. Yep. Binge watch all of One Piece. Tell me they can't sit still and watch something for a long period of time. Don't give me that bullshit. Come on now.
It's something that there's a lot of these companies that work for entertainment that try to explain you how you need to do short form content because basically kids are now full of attention deficit and all that shit. Something that is really good about attention deficit is that you have something that is called hyperfocus. You are basically going around everywhere with your with your mind going in every direction, but you get something that is interesting to you, and you are laser focused, and you will forget about going to the bathroom, about eating, about sleeping. Nothing exists while you are doing that shit, and then it's over, and you are like, it's the third day since I took a shower and eat. Oh shit.
Bathroom. Cartman in World War South Park. I know a bunch of people on the channel and the panel was laughing because they remember that scene from South Park.
Yep.
World War. You know, you can binge. I mean, I'm binge watching 3 or 4 different things right now, you know.
Nice.
And it's just and if you want toxic, I think, guys, if Nick knew more about anime, he would have a whole separate day, one Toxic Tuesday for movies, right? And you would have a whole separate Toxic anime night because it's endless. It's endless. It's endless. And I mean real toxic shit. I know Ironcasters chomping at the bit. City Hunter.
The anime's gotta grab me. And interestingly enough,
Nick, one day I need to grab you and make you watch Vampire Hunter D.
Maybe one day I'll be interested in watching it. Right now, I barely have had time for one, let alone one time to watch one new show. I think I've watched 2 at best.
Let me pitch you something. Okay, I will pitch you something. This is a series about a girl that is in a revenge quest to kill whoever killed her father using a vampiric outfit that becomes basically an skimpier version of a batsuit that gives her superpowers.
Okay.
The more she shows skin, the better the superpowers. Her enemies are basically BDSM powered individuals.
I swear, Kill is a hell of a drug, man.
Yeah. But Ironcaster, even the chat caught on to this. You about jumped out of your seat when I said toxic anime show for Nick. So we all want to know, what was your number 1 and 2? What was your number 1 and 2? Just say it. What was the first one that came to mind? Toxic.
Well, no, I was going to suggest he does a single month, and we call it an anime.
Oh, dude, it's gonna crush.
Maybe this is a keyword. Maybe we could pull off keyword. Maybe in the month of August, I'd have to pick a different day in Tuesday where I'm not doing Toxic Tuesday.
And you still call it anime, and it'll be funny that way.
Yes.
Yeah, it would probably do that. Maybe we'll call it Toxic Anime or something like that.
Yeah. So
what we do. What was your number 1?
So if if I'm going to recommend just one thing to watch, and I'm just gonna recommend a single movie, Ninja Scroll.
Okay, so I like that name.
Old
I do
school.
like that name.
Very
Old school.
80s.
Oh
We got
yeah, that was
badass
powerful.
dudes with swords running around. We got a woman with a poisonous cooch.
A dude who is so badass that he doesn't care if he's gonna die. He's gonna smash that thing.
If
I
there's
think I
any
should drink to
tentacles
that, but I'm not
involved,
sure.
it would have
She's-
to be a rumble
she-
only.
She's
No,
like
and
offering it up on
that
a
could be
pedestal
fine,
to this
too.
dude, and he's like, "I would even touch you, even if I couldn't touch it, even if it didn't hurt me."
Now
He's like-
for comics, Nick, now that I kind of we kind of went off on that tangent. What's your toxic comic? What's like your all toxic comic from, right? I guess you're thinking.
Conan.
Everybody's thinking now.
Conan.
And I
Oh,
mean
dude.
like Toxic Tuesday type shit, but in the comics.
Conan. I mean, Conan is toxicity.
Conan, dude, right?
That's
B-Bud?
all you need to say.
It's
Like, if you
Conan
think
all
about
the
it,
way.
Cole's
Blood,
not really
boobs, and
toxic, but
beheadings.
Conan is. Cole's not meant to be toxic. Conan is.
Yeah,
Cole
dude.
is a guy who Cole's kind of like the sniper. Well, Conan is the bull in the china shop, and
Dude, you
Conan.
need to watch Trigun at some point.
I mean, his famous little line is what? See the lamentation of the women.
Well, that's from the Arnold movie, but yeah.
Well,
point
yeah,
still stands,
yeah.
yeah.
But I
No,
had
I
I
get
still
what you're
have
saying.
one Conan Savage, sort of Conan, the big one. I still have one. It's falling apart now. And thinking of the new one, I was like, well, fuck that, man. I need to go back and get the old shit. and then segue into the new stuff, or just do both.
Do both.
But Toxic, good call, dude.
No, it is a good call. I just gotta find the extra for it, but I think definitely during the month off of Toxic Tuesday on a different day, it'd probably be the best case scenario to pull something like that out, because it is very, like, for me, just trying to do a stream, even if it's for like an hour on a day that's not on my normal things, is very tough. And I'd like to do it. Trust me, I say I'm interested in all of this we're doing. I think it all sounds fun.
If we do it, Nick, we got to reach out to guys like Brandon the Anime Guy, to was it Ronin 66. There's a few people on sort of the anime side of our little nerd sphere that would be perfect people to reach out to and have on.
Well, yeah, you're going to have to create like a nice of a nice
plus some of the
anime
familiar
around
faces like Backdoor Geary.
Yeah, you'll need a council. You'll need a council of an anime council, like our guest would probably suggest before you decide how to proceed. Because I can guarantee you, like even in the chat tonight, you're gonna have an overwhelming amount of people who want to see this and that, but most of them are going to get covered, even if you did like you said, a month.
The big challenge is, of course, finding a couple of short series, because if we would just effectively want to be able to do like a movie, like there's a bunch of 80s, like even like 2 or 3 episode series that would be a good job of filling that same niche.
Mm-hmm.
And plus those also work as a great introductory, to the world of anime.
Also, I might get the chance to get a lot of people high and watch FLCL.
Yeah.
You gotta watch that twice though, otherwise you're not gonna get it.
It's impossible. I have seen it.
Can you guys clarify?
At least 20
Pico?
times.
Can you clarify?
Furikuri, FLCL.
It was like 6 episodes.
Yeah, it's 6 episodes.
It is 6
The episodes are really short. In one of the episodes, they go full on South Park animation. And I mean, there's a whole scene that is just South Park.
It's neither fully nor coolly.
Yeah, there's moments where everything just breaks and becomes manga panels, but there's a still movement. They just didn't have the budget to do anything else, so why the hell not? And then you go to the interviews for the people that was making it, and they go, yeah, the joke about it being because we didn't have budget. We actually burned through one PC trying to render that because it was worse than rendering in the normal animation. So yeah, it was not out of budget. That is maybe the most expensive scene on the whole anime, and you go like, makes sense. It's absolutely bonkers, and this is old school animation. So you get basically an LSD trip in a series about an evil organization that wants to flatten out the brains of humanity using a gigantic iron. And the only guy that can fight that is the
Wait, that's a
space.
Kiroro plot.
Yeah, is the space pirate king. That is just a concept that appears in the mind of the children. It's a stupid bonkers, and I love it.
Okay.
There's people fighting with guitars and bass guitars, and they actually say the kind of guitar that they are fighting with. So there's Fenders, there's Gibsons, and I mean old school Gibsons like the EV0.
Yeah.
They use it to smash people around.
That's what God intended.
It's just beautiful.
I'm looking forward to it. I hope we can try and make this happen at least once. I think if we can at least try and make, I think the most realistic goals, if we can make it happen at least once, and then at least have the seed planted, and then hopefully blossom from there eventually. I think at least having that seed to start, I think at least something is better than nothing. I don't know what you guys think, but at least having something that I feel like to start, having that one toxic enemy to talk about to start is at least something. So,
it's a lot.
All right, well, then we can at least try to get for one occasion. Let's shoot for at least one occasion, okay?
How do you feel about really, really well-endowed women naked fighting with big ass swords?
Honestly, I don't care. I'm not saying just because I'm with my lady. Like that's just something for me. Like since the dawn of time. Like it's like okay, cool, but at the same time, I just really don't care. Like I like the homoeroticism. I like the one-liners. I like my Chuck Norris. I like being told to drop dead by Chuck Norris. I like being told that someone's dead tired from Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's just been who I've been since day one.
He's saying he wants an anime with sweaty guys wearing very small loincloths.
Okay, that is an entire genre.
Playing volleyball.
It is JoJo. I'm telling you guys. It's what he wants.
Well, I could show them the Sardas again, Nick, if they really want to see it.
Well, I guess we have our pick then.
But dude, yeah, you nailed it on
of course,
the toxic comic.
Nick, if you want the Mad Mardigan, approved suggestions, then you need to go look look a series up called Dick Fight Island.
Oh wow! I'll be glad to send that to Matt. He'll probably want to partake in that.
Which Gary might want with that.
Yeah, true. We got open room for Gary because he's got a back door he's got to open up for with that one. Oh boy, Gary. There should be a Gayry for Gary. Oh, I just started something.
Yeah,
that's a new name. Gary. Remember that, guys. Gary.
Oh, I like the best joke for Gary, though. I don't know if I should say it.
Oh, yeah, you should.
I should?
Yeah, for Gary, yeah. Gary.
Okay, so
is it that bad?
Well, I've said it before, but you don't remember. It's been so long. I threw it in super chat years ago.
Wars, I crop it up.
So what's kind of the same between Gary and a 1980 Honda Accord?
What?
They both leaking trans fluid.
Oh, yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it's harmless. It's harmless. It's okay.
Yeah.
My 79 Prelude didn't leak trans fluid.
Yeah.
8 was going bad on it. But...
Pico, you okay? Oh my God.
Damn, I'm sorry, but Nick, I gotta go. I really gotta go.
Okay. It's okay. We're gonna be wrapping up in like 2 minutes anyway, so it's all good. Gary. Yeah, no, guys. It's been freaking good tonight. So I've had a lot of fun. It's the final episode of the year next week. We're going to get into ASM 61 through 80. We have an annual thrown in there as well. And we'll kind of do the format kind of like what we've done more recently, where it's a bit more condensed. We'll hour and 15 at most. It'll be fun. We'll keep it individual issues. We'll keep that there. We'll definitely be a little bit more to a point. We'll show off selective panels from the issue. Anything that really stands out, pretty much. That way we can still, have time to BS, time to do our cheers rituals, and also any other comic news that comes up as we go along too, because we do try to cover comic news that seems, let's just say, significant enough. And I know also this is the year a Superman movie comes out. Eyes are gonna be on that. We're gonna be in those. We're gonna definitely be a show that'll have eyes on that. Whether they're positive or negative, we'll find out. I hope to be in the positive. And I'm sure when July 11th, for Friday night, July 11th, even though this is a 7 months event, yes, we will review Superman that night. And yes, we can have Debo, if you want to come on and review it, you're welcome with us to do it. It's going to be a conversation of the ages that night. That's for sure. That is for sure going to be a conversation of the age, especially that's one of those things where I wish Clobby was here with us, whether it was positive or negative, because he was just one of those necessary voices when it came to Superman. He needed to be there for that conversation. I feel like we could definitely use a guy like you.
Great. Now we got homework
for it.
You know what we'll do too? Maybe the week before, maybe we'll pick some old Superman comics, like some cool one and done stories. And just in case the movie's not good, we'll have some cool Superman comics to have fun with too. We'll do that.
Oh,
So
wow.
for sure, January Spider-Man, and then the week before Superman movie, some classic Superman. So there you go, right off the bat. There's already some ideas of classic books we'll be talking in 2025. Who knows what else we'll talk about? But guys, 2024 has been freaking awesome. Madhouse Retro, thank you for becoming a Rumble member. And Occupant 42, thank you for the 20. That is insanely generous. Brian McCann, thank you for the super chat. And Kendon B for being a member. And for Superman No Green Rocks, thank you, sir. Thank you for all the memes. I mean, that's absolutely delightfully glorious. I mean, God, the fact that you did that and you didn't have to, grateful, man. Absolutely freaking grateful. So I can't wait, though, for next year, guys. We're going to do this all over again. It's going to be fun, be huge, be diabolical. We'll have a lot of our reoccurring faces again, like D-Bug, who'll be here for Spider-Man. We'll get Andrew back. We get 5 back. We get Dave back. I'll work on getting the Sausage Sisters again, too. I'll work on getting them again. That'll be fun. I'm going to try to get some other faces we never had. I'm going to try to see if I could keyword try. I'll try to get some other names that we have yet to get on here. I think that'd be fun to get some guys who hold up, he hasn't been on here yet. So who knows? Some guys, if it's like someone in the UK, might have to adjust for times for some of them. Let's just say if it's like a particular Miller guy in the UK, we might have to adjust for him, which I absolutely would if he asked. I would. I'm not going to ask. That's so it's like, can we do it this time? Yes, of course we can. Of course we can.
Oh no, I have to readjust from Mark Millar.
Oh no, I know, right?
Tragedy. Oh, it hurts.
You got a big dog. I'm like, no, I don't care what time it is there. You got to be up at 2 a.m. just for my live stream.
Right, exactly.
That's when I get drunk. We can't change the time.
Well, that's the beauty. If we did get on him, if he doesn't have much work, maybe he could drink. He did drink with the drinker. So it would be cool if we got him to drink out of one of these stuff. I mean, it fits right in line. There's drinking and it's talking comics. It would be perfect, but we'll see. A man can dream. Maybe we're already dreaming too big, but we're gonna dream anyway. So yeah, 2025 is gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. That is a gargantuan promise. Once again, January 1st, New Year's Day, Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central. We're going to do the member stream. all members can come on stream. It's gonna be huge.
All members
Phrasing.
Phrasing.
All over the stream. All over the stream.
I can't wait. It's gonna be diabolical. You guys are gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. So thank you guys for your time in the chat being here. Vulcan, Steven, TZ, Vince, good to see you again. Once again, guys, get active on locals. Let's have some fun over there. I can't wait to just get on regular chatting again with the people who are just, having a sense of a little vibe of, hey, look at this little community of people. Let's talk the good stuff. If only they did forums there. I wish they did forums, but maybe we'll figure that out. Maybe something will pop up in 2025 like a Discord competitor, because I'm not going back to Discord, and Gilded is history, and it was a great run in Gilded. I still miss Gilded. I miss it so much. Trust me when I say, it was not a easy decision to make, but it needed to be done. So hopefully something pops up. And guys, if you hear something, please say, hey, Nick, check this out. I'll check it out. And if it seems right, I will gladly get something going, because we had such a great space there. That particular area was such a fun time. TZ, Christian, D-Bud, I could be gone for 4 or 5 days from it, and there'd be activity going on while I was gone. It was great. That was such a great server. I miss it. But with all that said, my channel, I'll have videos. I'll do videos next year. I got focused on stuff at home. See Nosferatu tomorrow at the missus.
Oh, yes.
If you somehow have in the chat seen it, I did the best albums of 2024. Go watch that. It's 27 minutes, and it's great. It's huge. It was me being an actual YouTuber, like Mexican Iron Man. It's not just a commentating video. So I was actually a full-on YouTuber for it. I was a full-on YouTuber. So check that out if you haven't. And I'm going to let these gentlemen plug their plugs on the way out. And one more plug. We'll be back January 7th for Toxic Tuesday with Training Day. Now I'll plug their plugs on the way out. We'll start off with Five's plug. He's got a fresh, pretty mouth.
Whoa, giggity.
Hello. How are you?
Hello, Five people.
Hello.
He's like, whoa, what's going on here?
Hello everyone.
Plug
5 seconds here. Obviously you can find me on Jade Light's channel, which I always forget to have the link up.
He got it all.
Searching for channels on YouTube is such a pain in the ass nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, and the smaller the channel it is, the harder it is to find. Trust me, we all get it. Man. There we are.
Time for us all to go to bed.
I got you all, and I wasn't even trying, fuckers.
We're at the stage of the 4 a.m. jokes.
I am honestly losing consciousness.
That doesn't take much, though.
Just move on to the next person. I'll get it in a sec.
There you go.
It's fine.
Can I please go? Because I really would love to.
Keep going.
Yeah, let Wolfie go, so he's gonna go to bed. Let Wolfie go so he can go to bed.
All right, Fenrir.
The man's dying.
Since you're dying, I booted him out accidentally. I booted him out again.
No. This poor man.
Okay, you people know who the hell I am. I'm Fenrir the Irishman, the laziest black guy you've ever seen. Look, I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm lazy. So if you want me to do something, give me follows, likes. Look, if you give me money, I will be emotionally and legally obligated to do something. So, yeah, get me paid and I'll do something.
Sure.
Can't promise what it will be. Can't promise it will be fun. I'll just do something. You will be paying me to do absolutely something and maybe nothing. It will be the ultimate fuck you.
Thank you, Fenrir.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Get
out of here. Go away.
Love you guys. No homo.
Lots of them.
All right. Caster.
Why, hello, friends. My name is Iron Caster. You can find me over on my channel, where on Monday nights we do the Monday Night Mech Pit Chat, where we talk about big robots and a little bit of pop culture with that positive swing on things. So come on by if you want to, talk and have a little bit of a more upbeat chit chat on to start the week off with, because everyone always says Mondays. People always like buy into that Garfield propaganda about Mondays being the worst day of the week, and I don't buy into that personally. No, it's all about the way you make it, and I want to make it the best it can be. So come on by. Let's have some fun. You can kind of find me all over the place around the internet. The best place to do so is to follow me on Twitter at the Ironcaster, where you can see me on the 35 other streams I do during the week.
Yes.
All right, Caster. Thank you for being here, sir. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. He drunk away. Pablo, whip it out.
Hey, next year I need to polish my skills a lot.
I thought you were going to say something else.
I want to get farther and harder. Seriously, I want to experiment a bit.
Whoa!
Yeah,
it's getting worse and worse.
Nice. This is just getting worse and worse.
Dude, I want to become a better editor. I want to understand some things about the craft that I'm doing that maybe need a space where I can just do it freely without thinking that this might crash a channel or absolutely destroy it. Also, the software development area in my country is fucked up, so I will have a lot of extra time. There's a channel coming, and you will know next year. And that channel is basically the place where I will be trying the most stupid shit on editing that I can. Because why the hell not? So stay tuned. I cannot say really that much. I have already started. And there's some video games that I have downloaded to get material for that. So, yep. OBS, just keep working, and I will find a way to make it worth your time. Stay tuned.
All right, man. Thank you, Pablo. Thank you for your time and your energy and your contribution, sir.
Brother.
Merry Birthmas.
Another
freaking New Year. Another year.
Another year. And, well, as I said in the chat on Christmas, let's enjoy our feel and the feel of the ones that we are missing. And here's to Clobby.
Yes.
I miss you, brother. And yeah, I need to follow he teaches that there's still shit to do.
Tons.
So
I
we
agree.
do.
Yeah, I agree, and we'll continue that, my guy. We will continue that. Nothing changes.
Love you, brothers.
Traditions, good. Yeah, guys, it's been a romantically great time.
It's been a bromantic evening.
Dude.
Well, you'll see me wrenching away at the Midnight's Edge channels, the WDW Pro family of channels, Renegade, and Pop Culture Minefield, Jagiri, Latino Slant, and that 70s rock fan, Brian. He should be moving his show back to Monday. I think after, not this Monday, but the next Monday. I think he'll be going back to his old Monday time for that show. But
he transitioned and realized it wasn't working out for him.
That's right. It wasn't working out for me either.
He was leaking too much trans fluid.
But yeah, thank you for having me on, and I want to say Happy New Year to everybody, and raise a glass to our friend Clobby.
Yes,
really miss him.
Definitely.
I do too. One last glass. I
got
got
a lot
of
us together, so here's the Clobby.
Clobby. What a man! What a man he was.
Legend.
There'll never be another.
Yep.
Thank
And
you,
I got him in
D-Bud.
front of all my Iron Men too.
I love it.
He's
I see
taking
that.
the front place of them. So
You know what? Hey, absolutely valid. Absolutely valid, D-Bud. Hey, I'll see you next week when we talk Spider-Man.
See you next week. Yep.
All
We'll do it.
right. Dave.
Yes.
You have
Highway
a
Dylan.
channel. You have a
Well,
channel. Talk about
I do. I'll throw that in because I was trying to copy and paste it for like 20 minutes. I always forget it like Pico and not have it ready. But thank you for saying that. And always let me hear. But as always, Nick, for people who don't know, you're right. You guys brought me on a long time ago, but always do a little research on you. So last week I found that you were the stunt double in the Zardos movie. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I did a little more research and I found out you were an underwear model.
Oh,
so if you can share my screen, I found this. You were an old Calvin Klein guy back in the day.
Oh dear God!
Oh!
I could have went the rest of my life without ever seeing that.
We're gonna let it sit to make sure it gets over on the YouTube side, but I know you guys can see it. So yeah. Always, you never know about Nick. There's a lot more going on here. Stunt doubles, underwear model. He was a. When Lemmy, a bunch of other stuff
Gay
going
midget,
on.
and all the bases.
But anyway, I don't know if that actually popped over on the. There it goes. Okay, so it made it over to the YouTube side. But yeah, man, thanks for everything. And next week it'll be great if you'll have me on. I'll always take that. Appreciate it. And hanging out with D-Bud and Pablo and Fenrir took off, but. 5 people, good hanging out with you again, as always, and Common Nerd. So other than that, I don't have much going on with the holidays. I might have a video or two of the old Eagle Moss. Do you remember the old little Eagle Moss cartoon magazines with the little lead figures? I don't touch them because they're made of lead, but they had these old comic book magazines. I've got a couple of those, put those together and do a little video of those, But other than that, wait until the new year and just then always I love hanging out with you guys. So other than that,
with you, man.
Yeah. Here's the Clobby as well. Got the old t-shirt. So and Common Nerd, I flashed this a couple times, but you had the t-shirt on. So,
yeah, Deadpool Maximus. That's great.
Yeah, the Christmas one and stuff like that. So that's about it for me. And thanks always, Nick, for having me on.
Pleasure. Yeah, anytime, man. Appreciate it. Common.
Yes. Come check and see if you're subscribed to my channel or not. I am literally 2 subscribers away from 1,500. The link, I've been dropping the link in the chat all night. If you think you're subscribed, double check. It's the new channel. It's not the one we had last year. There's a new one now because the last one got nuked. So come check that out. Make sure that I dropped a couple of videos today. Go check out the Common Nerd Gaming as well. I've got gaming news videos coming out over there. The plan is to play some more Cyberpunk 2077. I got that game gifted to me for Christmas, and I'm absolutely fucking addicted to it. So I'm probably going to try to start an early stream tomorrow and play that for like 6 or 8 hours. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. So that's the plan tomorrow afternoon. Sundays, 2 p.m. Bible study, 7 p.m. When Who Was Good, Monday through Friday, and that'll be with Sunker Maiden, my dear sweet friend Sunker Maiden, who we made a membership goal over on Rumble. So we have a new emoji that, trust me, all of my toxic fans out there are going to absolutely love via my dear sweet well-endowed Sunker Maiden. And then of course Mr. Grant Gregory shows up for that show as well, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. the morning prep. Let's see, Thursday nights Sunker and I review Creature Commandos. I think there's like 2 or 3 episodes left on that one. We just did episode 5 last week. So that's a watch along and review. So join us over on Rumble for that one so you can watch the full episode. But we do like a little mini review at the beginning of every episode that's left over there on YouTube. You guys can go check those out as well. And then other than that, I think that's about all I've got going on right now. I got videos coming out all the time, so go check those out. Go smash the algorithm. Because the algorithm, I'm kind of shadow banned right now a little bit because I was a bad boy and showed too many copyrighted videos. So by all means, go. The algorithm is just a mathematical equation, so go leave comments. Even if you only watch the video for 5 seconds, just like leave a comment like, I'm here for the algorithm. I'm like, cool, that works. All that shit helps. So go check all that stuff out and come. If you got a little extra cash, throw me a subscription. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers / members on all the channels. If we get to that, we'll be able to keep the lights on around here indefinitely because this is my full-time job. Shout out to all my beautiful, fabulous folks out there in the chat that keep the grease flowing between our gears. So shout out to Nick and everybody else. This has been a wonderful episode. And obviously, God rest Clobby. Every time I go to look at comics, I'm like, shit, I want somebody to reach out to. And I'm like, fuck, he's not there anymore. So it fucking sucks. But yeah, we miss him. We love him. I'm so glad we changed the name. Nick, I'm so glad you changed the name of the show too. That's going to be fucking great forever and ever.
Oh, yeah. It's here to stay.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. This is an absolute blast. It was great to see all of our special guests that had to run, especially NDA Andrew. That shit. I love giving that man shit. It's so much fun.
We'll get Andrew back on.
So easy.
We'll get him back on.
Oh yeah, it's so great. It's so great.
I know he wants to talk Flash comics too, so I think that would be a great way of persuading him. He's a big Wally West fan, so
really?
Yeah,
I'd be down to read some Wally
he
West.
loves his Wally West. So
Interesting.
I think I just gotta find the right thing to persuade him with Wally West, and he'll pop his hell like Matt Morgan does in Comics Division's Bush. So that'd be great. So.
Would he do Teen Titans?
Nice.
I'll ask him. He should. We should do Teen Titans if he
Teen
has.
Titans.
I think D-Bud.
Original Teen Titans, though, right?
Yeah,
Or
new
52.
Teen Titans from the
At least
70s.
the
Nick was
first,
reading those not too long ago.
Fantastic.
That's a
Magical.
Wally. Most of what I read of Wally.
Yep. Kid Flash.
Yeah.
Robin before Nightwing. Damn right.
Superboy.
All right. We'll talk about it. It's gonna be great. Thanks, chat, for being here. Have a great night. Happy Christmas. Happy New Year. I'm drunk.